And legacy.
True. Why, hello. Welcome to the Godless. Well, no, I apologize. Welcome to my so called life. I am Godless Sewing, and you are welcome here. I'm going to walk around and turn on all the robots in this room. But, Commander, how are you today?
I am doing okay. You see the power armor? I just
Absolutely.
got done turning a bunch of flat earthers into Soylent Green. And the more belligerent ones, we shoved. You know how I have an intro on my channel? You gotta beat that bully with a stick. Well, the more belligerent bullies, we shoved the stick up their backside sideways real hard. Except for Mallory, because she's a cool flat earther.
Whenever I hear Mallory, I think of Facts of Life. I now have the Facts of Life theme song stuck in my head. I watched a lot of television as a child.
She's one of the few flat earthers that's not actually toxic.
Oh, that's. Do they go hand in hand?
Oh, usually yes. Usually they are incredibly toxic. And I don't know Milky, but she and Milky seem to have some sort of friendship. So Milky's probably not toxic. And a lot of the people who hang out with her, they're probably not toxic. So I withhold judgment on her crew. Everyone might be a little bit nuts, but that goes with the territory. It's Mallory's Asylum.
This is the pregame show. Butterfly, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Hello, hello.
But yeah, most flat earthers are toxic.
It's a community I discovered it when I got on YouTube, but it's nothing I've ever really. I've only seen them from afar.
Well, most of them into the harmful conspiracy theories. You see, flat earth and the thinking that requires you need required to twist your brain into believing the earth is flat is the same kind of thinking that leads you down so many other toxic rabbit holes.
I can agree with you on that one. Okay. Let me make sure all the robots are dancing in this room. Oh, I missed one.
And I'm looking at that screen in the background and I am just thinking about how in order to get the shading on the faces, it's such a complicated process that a properly shaded anime 3D model character can cost thousands of dollars because you have to manually adjust all the normals or
And
else it looks like shit.
that video is 20 something years old as well.
I know they're not doing the 3D models there, I don't think.
Yay! I did notice that. Where's my main
But fun
thing?
fact, everyone remember Prince of Egypt 1999 or 2000, the DreamWorks first production?
Yeah,
They actually did use 3D models for all the characters and they made it look 2D.
I have the VHS of that in here somewhere with all the behind the scenes and everything. So I want to welcome everybody to my so-called life. I finally got it right. I've recently changed my name. I am Godless Sewing, but this is the My So-Called Life channel where I'm all about sewing the reality of sewing and everything in between. Commander is with us today. And this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Godless Sewing and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinion of every human being on planet Earth. And please remember to change your needle with every single project. That's not just from big sewing, that's from little sewing. I hope everybody has a great evening. Awesome. Awesome. And yay, Joy. I didn't see it, Joy. I didn't. Oh, sorry. That's from a while ago. When Joy comes back, I will. Let me see if I can. Darn tootin'. Absolutely. And I have. Yay, Joy, there you are. I have resurrected this thing. And together, we're going to find out if this white. If it was me. Oh, if it was me or the machine. And spoiler, I'm going to tell you, it was probably me. And I have a ton of other projects, tons of other things that I will be finishing this evening. Yay, hello, hello. Still a bit early, but let's all cross our fingers and hope that that the problem was me and not the serger. Awesome. This was definitely a machine that I forgot I had this. There's so much that goes on in this room, and I forgot I had this. This is the serger. This is the original one that I used to joke around with 2 years ago that I was gonna throw it in the trash. I think it was me. So we're gonna start threading it together, and we're gonna figure out if. And you know what? It might just need basic maintenance, but when I bought this, it came with everything, and I slowly took pieces off of the Franken serger, and it just was forgotten over time. Have you ever done that with a piece of equipment, Commander? You bought something better and you just kind of forget about it?
Yeah, like I actually have a Alienware laptop sitting on my desk
Oh,
that
wow.
I probably haven't used in 2 years. I know I've turned it on and I know it's been off long enough where it has forgotten somehow that it is in Alienware.
Uh-huh.
So the docking station doesn't work anymore just from not plugging it in. Wow.
That can happen, though. There are certain machines that need to be used or they just kind of fall apart, you know? I have not used this thing probably in 2 years. All the old school people, like I almost want to show my videos because they were gold and no one was subscribed to my channel back then. But I've had this serger for a while. I purchased it at a store that's in the foothills of Southern California, and I forgot. I keep on saying I forgot I had this. I have over 100 sewing machines, so some things do get forgotten sometimes.
I've never had enough machines where I forgot about something the size of a sewing machine.
I have a problem. I've repaired Franken featherweight. It's pretty fun what happens when mama needs her machine. Absolutely. Yay, Pam. Hello, hello. I am cleaning this serger right now. And I have the thread on it ready to go. Let me see if I can move my camera just a little bit. It's ready to go. And I'm just cleaning this. This thing is so dusty. It's kind of gross because sadly it was forgotten because I own hundreds of things and things do become forgotten in this house sometimes. Probably thousands of things. Yay. Hello, hello. We're gonna find out together live on YouTube right now if this thing is gonna if it's gonna fire up. But I need to plug it in, and the one safe plug I have in this room that I know won't shut half this room down. Do you know, Commander, I have 2 panels in this room and I'm still scared of shutting down the house. Because I pull an obscene amount of power in this room. Yay, hello everybody. Hello. Glad to see everybody. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. Ooh, I just remembered I have my boots on. I have my cowboy boots on and they are not being kind right now. This cord is chewed though. It is chewed. Let me do some justice.
Yes, I do know what it's like to worry about that. Remember the heat treat furnace for the gemstones I had? It actually drew about 10,000 watts.
Oh, wow.
And I had a breaker that was rated for 12.
Oh, wow.
So basically, almost nothing could be running in the house without tripping it.
That's like when I have my welding equipment, I plug it in where my washer and dryer is, because if I don't do that, I will shut. It's instant drain. Even with all of the fancy technology I have in this house, all the new age Elon Musk technology I have in this house, it shuts it right down.
The Cybertruck. That's going to be the death of Tesla. Remember Homer's car that he designed where you hit the horn and it played La Cucaracha?
That was one of the greatest episodes. I would still build that car. Let's be real though, like he basically did build that car. Like he basically built that car, you know.
I actually, when I was a kid, I actually thought the bubble dome was cool.
I like 1950s futurism. So I like anything that has that dome on it. Oh.
Dun, dun. I'm trying to remember the Fallout theme. I've played it so goddamn much and I'm having a senior moment.
I've been having a lot of those lately. Do you know what's funny? Earlier I plugged this in and I had kind of a panic moment because I was like, oh man, it's not working, but the light doesn't work. The important thing is that it fires. I have needles in it ready to go. And you know, it's funny, I haven't plugged this thing in years and I can't remember if the light worked originally or not. This is gonna be interesting. Like every other surgery I have, like the brother and my Franken surgery, it has a pullout for one of the bottom threads, and this it's just kind of more open. And this is a white serger, not white rotary, but it's the company white. I think he said the light didn't work. Thank you, Butterfly. Do you know that was 2 years? It's been so long since I've seen this machine. I literally had to go through my old videos because, you know, I always say like, let's go to the replay because I have proof of when I purchased this because I made a video about it that day I bought it. I miss that, Commander. Every Saturday I would wake up and I would go thrifting for hours and hours. But now I can't stand traffic anymore.
I'm hoping that the algorithm doesn't crap out. It hasn't actually given me a view in like 2 hours.
You're going to be okay.
3 hours.
Do you know, I try not to pay too much myopic attention to my channel because, you know, it goes up and down. I had that weird streak of every time I went live, I either gained or lost a subscriber. It's you know, the whole YouTube game is a strange thing. And we're fighting the algorithm, not even people.
The algorithm is like, you greedy motherfucker, you haven't given me anything this week. I'm gonna cut your views in half. God damn you. Get off your ass. But I need to like shit stuff out. Yeah, shit it out. I don't care about the quality. Just
So,
shit the fucker out.
do you think a white bulb is this? Because I have two other surgers in this room because I found the body for the other one that flat out did not work. That's where the Franken surger was born from, was because I received a serger from somebody who, like, I'm not going to say it was a factory dud, but I did everything. I even sent it away. It came back and it was still broken. I sent it to somebody who I felt was much more of a professional than I am, and it still didn't work. So I have a few lights. I've been cleaning, so I'm discovering, like, you know what? It's so sad. Like, I've been cleaning and I basically like live in my own goodwill. All right, I'm gonna thread this. All right, I gotta put my glasses on. There will be no fronting here. Oh man, it's a different world when I can actually see.
If I don't work next weekend, sometime next weekend, I'm just gonna do a movie night with the public domain film Mask of the Red Death.
Awesome.
Everybody be nice to each other, and um, you know, those the Vincent Price has this quality where he is so creepy, he is campy enough where no matter how much the movie sucks, it can't be enough where you can watch it.
I miss all those old school movies. I grew up like watching those. Those people are still kind of relevant in my life as well. Awesome. Awesome. I hope everyone's doing well. So you're going to show a Vincent Price movie. Are you
Yeah,
into
and probably
Have you
say
ever
again.
heard of Boris Karloff?
No.
You should check out some Boris Karloff movies. He was super famous in that same era. Okay, I'm gonna have to poke my head into here, and I can never remember. This is the most difficult part to thread, and once I get it, it won't be. But do you move?
And hopefully tomorrow I'll be dropping a video. I'm not going to be able to do everything I want with it because the algorithm is saying, I'm going to kill your channel. Here's a mind games. Blah, 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 blah.
We'll be here. I'm gonna be here for a while. Butterfly, awesome. Thank you, Joy. I was wondering about that. The blade is still good too, and I have a brand new blade to replace it with too. I just want to
But
give it
I
a.
also don't know because the basically starting at like 9 or 10 o'clock is my worst time until about 1 o'clock. I'm
I've been on real
sorry.
like no, it's okay. Lately, I've been on vampire hours, so I am on like I'm on Sri Lankan. No, I'm like on the Solomon's time. I'm literally in a different time zone. And for people that have extremely large hands, like such as myself, I collect extremely big tweezers. I have a whole set for moments like this. Oh, right.
I did when I went to the community college and they made us do early American literature. when I came into contact with The Mask of the Red Death, a story that would take me maybe about 5 minutes to shit out without painting any kind of pictures of the environment in which it's supposed to take place. When I read that, I said, now this is a writer, because Poe basically painted the imagery of everything.
I was wondering where you were, Gilroy. See, Gilroy has been here since the beginning. Gilroy has seen me throw this in the garbage, use it as I used this as a centerpiece in my backyard because I have a fountain, but we haven't been able to use that much water in about 2 or 3 years. So that video
You
is too.
put that in the fountain?
No, I have a fountain, and then I have another fountain where I routed the back so when the water runs, it looks like it's rippling. And I put this in front of it. But I didn't turn the water on because I have multiple fountains in my backyard. I did not turn the water on for the surgery. I was just illustrating how much I was done with this thing. And Kilroy knows, like, I've had nothing but drama with this, but I really think it's me. I don't think it's the machine. Like, after all these years, I think it's me and my kooky behavior that doesn't know how to thread this thing properly. So hopefully, I get it right this time. That is one of my favorite movies. That is, like, I love that movie. I actually have an Office Space shirt, and I had this weird, like, revelation in my life where I was like, I'm done jumping around for the man. Whoever that was, I'll never know, but I had an Office Space moment. Great movie. Okay, so now
Now
this.
that was the AI Sammy Davis Jr., right? That wasn't like a real photo.
No, that's a real photo. I'm weird, and I don't use AI pictures because
I
I
couldn't tell because, it looked a bit outrageous, but at the same, AI pictures sometimes get a lot right. But that just looked like, when your powers combine, I am Sammy Davis Jr. He
that's
looked
from
happy.
Oceans. It's from Oceans 11. I talk about it all the time because I grew up having like a pre-boomer father and a boomer mother. Like
Mad,
I,
mad, mad, mad world. My
I love
grandfather's
those.
favorite movie. The
Oh,
$1 million is under the giant W. Now let's drive that really wonderful car, the Cutlass, into the river. It's deep enough to cross, and then it's like a boat as he's being swept away.
oh, I forgot about that one. I'm so glad I have my glasses and my tweezers. If you use 4 different colors instead of thread, it would help. I was thinking about that, but I'm already almost down to I almost have the bottom two threaded, and those are the most complicated for me. But I do have a ton of serger thread in this room and parts, a literal ton. You aren't weird. You're normal. Only weirdos use AI. it's yeah. They're
I don't
so
use
weird to
AI
me.
pictures. All
They're
the thumbnails, all the
sorry.
thumbnails on my channel were CGI, but they're not AI. AI is artificial intelligence versus an actual human intelligence designing it.
So that's a conversation to be had. Are you? I'm not, and I don't have enough information on AI. I just don't like its sudden. It's just suddenly taking over as far as like pictures in all these debates, and I've been seeing some really, you know what? Basically, I need to stay off of Twitter. I'm gonna get a shirt that says "I am
It's
finally."
going it's
I want to.
going to be a problem at some point.
I just choose
When
not
it
to
can
participate in the madness. Maybe it's just I'm one of those people that like I just choose to not participate in that particular. Okay, maybe that's properly threaded. We'll see.
I
So many.
actually want to get a either a Mid Journey or Dolly or some other account and have it help me design like spaceships. Because that spaceship in my videos, that was basically me just playing with stuff until it looked absolutely awesome or at least passable. And that took about 80 hours.
You need to make sure the searcher thread is in the right order. Yeah, that's a big deal. And sometimes a magnifying glass helps. I have quite a few in this room. I have quite a few magnifying glasses in this room. Oh, right. Oh, if I'm a bit more whingy than usual, it's because I feel like I'm about to pull my coccyx again. About a year ago, I pulled my coccyx, and it was a horrific experience, and I feel like
Broken tailbone. I
I
know
feel like
what that's like, but I'm a penguin, so it's worse.
and I feel like it's coming back. So if you hear me, oh, it's because I'm in a weird pain right now. Okay. And
But
this.
as far as AI goes, it's going to be a problem when it can come up with convincing moving images. It still has a problem with creating videos in a way where it doesn't do weird shit and turn into nightmare fuel.
I don't know enough about it to even really form an opinion, honestly. Sometimes a magnifying glass helps. Nobody wants to hear about your cock dirty old man. It's early. We're 20. See, you can tell when I don't have my glasses on because I'm like, wow, I am getting gray. 28 minutes in. But you know what? I was so stoked when I was like, oh yeah, I own a serger. All right. Gotta put my glass. I can see up close, but it's far away. That messes with me. So if you see me taking my glasses off and on, it's because I don't have a light here. All right. It's been so long since I've threaded this thing. Years, literally years since I've threaded this thing. Have you ever gone back to an old piece of equipment and you're like remembering every quirk about it? Oh, man.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that and that and that. This machine is extremely quirky. Oh,
And I don't exactly remember why or how, but there was a Boyer Schultz Challenger surface grinder that I had in my garage. And I basically needed to replace the rack and the pinion, you know, that thing that helps you traverse it back and forth, because there was this weird bump at some point that never went away. And I looked at the rack, I looked at the pinion, and there was nothing that could have possibly done it, but I replaced it and the bump went away.
Hmm.
but I couldn't figure out why it was bumping in the first place. And for those who don't know, if you're getting an unusual bump with a surface grinder, that's basically leaving a visual mark in the same place on every single pass.
Gotta get the. You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Gotta get the party started early. Absolutely. Because here at my so-called life, we're all about having a great time. Oh, come on.
And tonight I took my mom to see Nightmare Before Christmas because hell, it's still very close to Halloween and it's a fun movie.
They were playing it like in a theater.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
every theater in the area is doing that.
They do that in Hollywood where they show the movie every year. I took Isaiah one year. Oh man. Why don't you have the camera pointed in front of the searcher so you can see if you're threading it right? It's the angling. I have to thread it first, but I will switch because everybody's here for the merchandise. Kidding. Okay, so it's this one needle. I almost want to take it out, but it's in there, so I'm gonna leave it in there. But it's just impossible to thread. I'm gonna have to do this and bust out my super bright magnifier. What's up, dude?
And I still remember the world's cutest frog.
Yay! Hi, hands. You're my good luck charm, kid, because that actually worked. Yay! I finally I just needed a flashlight as bright as the sun. This is why lights on sewing machines are important. Okay, let's
And
continue.
pretty soon I'll try to stay an hour, but my shoulder and my back are killing me.
No, that's
And I
understandable.
might have to lie down.
Totally understandable. I almost have this thing threaded. All right. Yay, yay. Okay. So that just kind of jumps from there to there. And then there's the last one. Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's been a while. This serger and I fought like cats and dogs, but I truly believe it was me and not the serger. So we're going to see. Oh, okay. I was threading it wrong for a second. There's a top thread up here that separates those two. Perfect. Now they are separated. Compelling stuff. Threading a serger. Yay, Alibaba. Hello. Great to see you. This is my white Speedy Lock serger that I've had forever that I'm trying to see if it's me and not this, if it's me and not the serger. But keep in mind, like, this thing has been sitting here for a couple of years. And I have a real question. What what settings should I have it at? I don't want it to be extra heavy and throw down a ton of thread. I just want to see if it works. What settings should I use? Or should I risk the copyright strike and watch the no? Every time I try to watch the video, like on stream or something, white will give me a copyright strike. So oh, Commander. I'm talking to myself. Hello, hello. I'm lost past 2 top threads. We're going to find out right now. We're going to find out. Yay. Yay. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yay. Oh, I haven't heard of those. Nice machines. This is white. It's I believe it's like a Japanese clone. I could be wrong though. No worries, Commander. No worries. Usually at 2 to 3 thread tension. Okay. So I'm going to go 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. The machine's kind of telling me to do a 4 4 to do a 4 4 4 4 3 because in here in the I don't know, you can't see it because my lighting is not doing it justice, but it has certain gauges on here where it says, you know, best used as. Put everything to the max and hope for the best. That is the motto here at my so-called life. And after a while, sometimes you just gotta all right, so let me grab something. Says the guy who's sitting in a room of thread and scraps. And let's see what happens. Put my flashlight away. You know, I want to thank everybody who's giving me a hard time about getting a serger because I legitimately forgot that I had this thing. And if you're feeling bored this evening, you can go back in my old catalog a couple of years in my videos, and I've made a 2 or 3 videos about just about this a couple years ago. It was a couple years ago though. Well, you got the name right finally. My so-called life, my so-called life, my so-called life. As an aside, that's why I could never change my name. I'd keep on using the old one. Every January on paperwork, I always write the wrong year. It's guaranteed. With me, it's guaranteed. I do it every January. I want to try one out. These I'm going to take my boots off because they are now smashing my feet, but I have not had much luck with sergers. Let's have a quick serger talk. Sergers and I are not friends, but I'm making peace. And here at the My So-Called Life channel, we're turning over new leaves. And plus, I truly believe it was me and not my serger. So we'll see. Oh, and I do wear cowboy boots to give myself the illusion of height. Oh. Who has miles of denim scrap laying around? I do. Oh, now I have the Stonecutters song stuck in my head. We do. I watched way too much Simpsons back in the day. Yay! Yay! Put the fabric under the foot to start the stitch. Good to know. Good to know. I'm going to cut this because we don't want to go. We're going to find. You know, there's sometimes you just have to jump. Sometimes you just have to jump. All right. Duh. Moment of truth. I rip up so many jags, and then it's a bad habit with me. It is a bad habit with me. All right, here we go. Okay, so I have a few observations. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna fix the tension, but I think it was me. I think it was me. I think I have a working serger. I'm gonna have to futz around with this thing a little bit more, but I think it was me. How anticlimactic. I've made 3 videos. This serger is my con. If I am Captain Kirk, or I like to think of myself as Ben Sisko, but if I am floating in my starship, this is my con. This thing has shoved me out the airlock at least 3 times, and it just started working. Welcome back to the fleet. I still don't like you. And yes, I'm talking to an inanimate. The stitch, I need to line it up better, but I'm going to cut this and try again. But I have a working serger again. How anticlimactic. This thing and I have fought. And you decided to start working today. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the tension a little bit more because I want less stitch. So what settings should I use to have less stitch? This has nothing to do with anything, but I wanted to put Marjorie and Taylor's voice through. And the ID's noise are... Don't tell me you got it right the first try. I know, I did. So it was me the entire time. It was me the entire time. Because I could never get all 4 like that. All right, let's try it again before I start doing victory laps like a rookie. Let's try it again. Let's get it in there more. You 2 are together. Okay, I just need to let it fly. Oh, and it's cutting well. Is it sticking to... Okay, I need to adjust the tension, but we can do that. Bottom stitches. Okay, it needs some adjustment, but it works. Yay! How anticlimactic. I've thrown this thing in the trash in a video. I put it in my backyard as a statue. I've put it as a centerpiece in my kitchen. And 3 years later, my thrift store serger decides to start working. Good for you. All right, so I'm gonna make everything really tense because I'm good at doing that. Oh, that's a little too tight. Let's make the tension way tighter. I don't want to break anything, but let's try the other side. I'm laughing because this machine and I do not get along, and we have not gotten along. Oh, it's perfect. The blade works too. The blade works perfectly. All right, so I'm going to have to mess around with the tension on this because it's still kind of loose. So if anybody has any suggestions, I'm going to continue to use it, though, because sometimes the machine just needs to be used. And maybe that was my problem from the jump. We shall see. I have a ton of denim here. I'm so stoked. I can't believe after all this time, I got my white Speedy Lock 234 DE going. strange. It just decided to work. I have a brother sewing machine that only sews backwards. And one day it decided to start working. I used it for a while and then it started sewing backwards again. There's a video I need to watch though. I watched it once. I need to watch it again. It's a man who repairs sewing machines in Brooklyn. I think that might be his name, like Brooklyn something. But he's legit. And he had the very sewing machine I had and he fixed it. But I need to watch that video again and pay close attention to see how he fixed it. Okay, so one of y'all are not necessarily catching, but that's okay. It's missing. It's still missing. So it's not missing, it's catching everything, but it's not necessarily. The top is perfect. But like I said, it's just something neat. There's I need to futz around with it more. Maybe if I loosen that and I tighten that. Let's go 999 and see what happens. That is my middle name. Like, buckle up. Let's just see what happens. Oh, right. Yay! I have a relevant serger again. Okay, there is a tension issue somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to rethread this thing and see what happens. Yay. It is strange. Sewing machine garage also does some fixes. That might be it. It's a man. He has a heavy Brooklyn accent, so I love watching his channel. You so like your on Spinal Tap. I wish. I have come on, Eileen, stuck in my head. Okay. Okay, so extremely tense didn't work. Let's go with 000 and see what happens. Don't you have to look and see which thread is loose and then adjust that one? Well, this one came out because I tightened everything too much. It's the number 1 thread. So that goes on top right next to the needle, so it's easier to rethread. And it's a bigger... I think I have odd needles in there too. I'm going to replace both of the needles in a second, and I can hear people screaming like, you didn't replace the needle. But I'm about to. And that's one thing I did not like about this machine was having to replace these needles as well. It's a mess. Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I have a working serger in this room again. Oh, that's hilarious. Perfect. Well, this was actually a surprise here at my so-called life because I didn't think I would get this thing going ever again. I have the original VHS video, and this particular machine, I know for a fact, is from the early 80s because they have Cabbage Patch dolls in the video. And that dates you. If you have Cabbage Patch dolls, that's nice. You know, that's, I know you're from the early 80s or late 70s, you know. Oh, right. Let's get that thread under the guide. Okay, so I tried it extremely tight. Let's see what extremely loose does. Yay! Where is your tension, brother? What is wrong with you, huh? All right, we'll go 5, 4, 5, 4. Better, much better. I think I'm just gonna have to continue to use this and figure out why the bottom stitch. Oh. That would help because one of these came loose. That's okay. I probably missed one of the guides. Do you know that's one of the reasons why people hate sergers in the first place? And now that I think about it, I believe I have 2 Cabbage Patch dolls. I have my Cabbage Patch doll. His name is Godfrey. I've had him for a very long time. And I still have Godfrey. He's sitting in a wicker chair like Huey Newton. And he's got curly hair, and it's funny. If my house was on fire, I probably, for everything in my house, I'd run and grab my Cabbage Patch. Okay. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's try that again. I think it's really weird that the odd thread didn't come out. It was the top thread that came out. Maybe that will cure what is ailing this machine. And that's why troubleshooting is important in the first place. Because you have to find out what the main issue is. I'm loopy. The machine's loopy. I agree. All right, let's try that again. Okay. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. The stitch underneath is still kind of a little bit loose. If you have the top thread tension too tight, the thread will pull and break. What about the bottom thread? Because I'm having a problem with the bottom too right now. But I don't know what tension I should have it at. I'm going to go double 6 and see what happens. Because right now the top is catching perfectly. It's the bottom that's not completely catching. But we will find out right now. And you know what? That might be the original problem with this. Uh-oh. That didn't even catch. Okay, so we'll find out what's stuck where. Do you know what's so funny? I've been at this for almost an hour, and now you guys are finding out why Sergers and I don't get along. All right, so I just caught the bottom threads. I'm gonna rethread it and see what happens. I have a giant bumble bunch underneath here, so I'm gonna try to stop that by cutting away as much as I can because it's created a jam in here. You know what? I'm gonna have to cut all the threads and start over. That's okay. This is my Rathacon. This serger and I have fought for years, so I'm not surprised. If you have the top thread tension too tight, then it'll pull. Okay. I also have my Miami Vice shirt ready to go. Oh, set them all to 4. Okay. All right. So. All right. So pink. Let's match up the pink. Pink, pink, more pink. Okay. I am sweating my tail off because the weather in Southern California still doesn't know what it wants to do. It was almost 85 today. Oh, right. Perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna cut this a little bit more tight and make sure I have all the pink dots are threaded. And to anyone in Hollywood, does the pink dot still exist? It was a grocery store that it delivered. It wasn't anything too special. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna thread. Okay, so I'm gonna thread this. Do you know this serger has a map on it, but it's still confusing. Perfect. Perfect. Got my tweezers. I don't even remember how much money I paid for this, but when I purchased this, it came with the original bag, and it had the instructional video. I have all the extra pieces to this thing, and they are floating somewhere around in this room. Okay, I need to come back around underneath here. Man, this thing is like a Rubik's Cube. Okay. Perfect. Just a guess, really, but it seems that is how the balance is working after going from 3-4. Exactly. So I think I will go 4-4-4. The one thing I like about this white, though, is that it is clearly marked where each thread goes. It's up to you to follow those instructions, but this thing is clearly marked. And maybe I inverted the top thread. I don't know. We will find out as I rethread this thing. It's a 3-thread or 4-thread. It's 4. This is 4-thread. I'll tell you the model in a second. It's a white. This is a white Speedy Lock 234 DE. All right. I'm definitely going to need my tweezers for that one. Oh, wow. Thread, you stay over there. I'll come over here. Perfect. Perfect. Bam. Okay, so I have the two bottom pieces underneath. Perfect. 4th thread. Yay. But they can also be a 3-thread if you take away a needle. I didn't know that. It does say 3/4 on here. That would make sense. So if I was in order to only use the 3 needle, I would have to take to use the 3 thread, I would have to take away a needle. Okay, dude. So you go under here and then here, here. Okay. All right. This one was the difficult one to thread last time, so I'm just going to go right at it. Yay, it threaded because I called it difficult. Good, good. Maybe you'll work better. So what did we vote on? All 4s? Okay, I go back to the top thread because this is just compelling stuff. Okay, you're slipping on 4, dude. Okay, there we go. We all were there in the beginning when we first got our practice. Exactly. It's all about practice. I'm one of those weird people that believe that you can master anything as long as you, through the power of repetitive motion. So, that thing about 10,000 hours to master anything, I'm one of those people that believes that. Okay, I almost have it. Let's wrap you around. Perfect. Try the 4 different colors. I have to go find my serger box. I can't remember. I have a box of serger parts and all kinds of crazy stuff, but I kind of gave up. After my 3rd or 4th, but they were all refurbished. But after my 3rd or 4th serger, I was like, I'm done. I am done. Because it just became such a problem. And I'm like, dude, I just want to sew. And this serger is not letting me sew. And even sitting here, I'm remembering all the drama I had of having to re-thread this thing over and over and over. But I'm here. I'm optimistic. All right. Got to stay positive, right? All right. I have all 4. And let's see what happens. Yay. 4s across the dial. All right. I'm going to close this. Beautiful. Build another Franken serger from the box. I have now united all of my sergers, so I theoretically could build another Franken serger. Because I now know where all the bodies, all the cases, because I was trying to find the top piece to this, and this is not the top piece to the white. I can't remember at this point. It may or may not be the top piece. I can't even remember anymore. But, it's Pirate Zoe around here. Okay, so before I just click, let's go 4 across the dial, and let's see what happens. I know we've had our differences, but, we should set that aside and start working together, serger. He says, talking to an inanimate object. Ugh. Okay, so It's sewing, but I'm having the same problem again where it's perfect up top and it's just loopy in the butt. It's working it, but like I said, okay, so the 4s are gonna stay on the front, and I don't know because when I had less tension or more tension, it still was loopy. So I'm gonna go 4, 6, 6 and see what happens. This is compelling stuff here at my so-called life. But I say this all the time. Having a serger is the difference between your clothes looking professional and homemade. So I need to get my serger going again. Oh, right. Yeah. It caught nothing on that one. Mm. For some reason. Okay. We'll rethread this and try it again. That's the one thing you have to do is not give up. And I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to keep going and see what the problem is. All right, join your friends and let's see if not, I'm going to reverse everything and see if no, I'm kidding. I am kidding on that one. Okay. So I will close this again. Okay. Take number 45. Beautiful. Oh, man. It's throwing the third stitch almost every time for some weird reason. And now I'm remembering that's what the problem was originally. No matter how many times I thread this thing. Okay, so let's try that one more time before you go in the garbage. We're going to try this one more time before the Frankensurger is thrown out like Jazzy Jeff. No, I'm sorry. This is my white Speedy Lock Surger that's we're about to repeat history in a minute. Bro, it's been a long time. We sang Reunited and you're about to go right back in the trash can. Do you know a long time ago, a weird YouTuber sent me a serger? Does anybody want a serger? I can continue the Okay, no, practice, patience. Let's woosah. Deep breaths. Oh, this serger and I have history. This thing was taken out of cold storage. This was hidden in a space station somewhere, and this thing was taken out of cold storage. And I forgot how much we do not like each other. Okay, no, let's try again. Peace and love and all those things. Let's try again. I knew you were going to say that, Pam. I knew you were going to say that. Oh, come on, guy. Why aren't you catching underneath? All right, so it wants to work. So I'm glad that we got to see. I'm glad we got to see live of me and my white serger and why we do not get along in the first place. I will be continuing to work on this. I will be continuing to struggle with this machine. We are not friends. We just inhabit the same space. Needless to say, we're still fighting. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna take all the pieces off, but I'm gonna take a break from this for a minute. I knew I was gonna throw that on my head. Go office space on the day I truly do this will be hooked down the hill. But the thing about a serger is that underneath this is all just one giant metal piece. So I wouldn't be hurting anything. It wouldn't be affecting anything but me and my emotional status. That's all. So needless to say, the serger and I still do not get along. That's Serger 4, Godless Sewing 0. On your new touch and sew. This machine is driving me insane. Touch and sew. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I need to have a meeting with. Yes, you do, Pam. You can come over to my house. You can come right over to my house. It's a sewing fun land at my house. Oh, that serger and I. Let's be real though. I've been fighting that piece of equipment since the day I purchased it. I have a little bit more knowledge than I had 3 years ago, and that's the hope that we gain knowledge over the years, that we grow, expand. The serger and I do not get along. Now that's a terrible idea. If Pam showed him how to fix a serger, he'd need a second. I refrain from buying sergers because I feel like it's me. It's me. In this relationship, it's me. It's not the serger. It's me. Oh. I truly do not know what I wish I can come on over. We probably want to play with all the machines and feel right and feel all the glorious fabrics. I have just as much fabric as I do sewing machines. Oh, that was. Do you know what's really funny? Now I remember why that thing was buried in the first place. Now I remember why said serger was in cold storage. Good grief, that was a fight. That is one of my biggest frustrations with refurbishing things. You reach a certain point where something just doesn't work. It's not clicking, it's not working, and there's really nothing you can do except for move on to another piece of equipment or find someone who knows what they're doing. And I usually pride myself as being that person, but I'm not always that person. Oof. Let me unplug this. I'm glad I found the cord. I'm definitely gonna mess around with that serger a lot more. I'm gonna mess around with the serger more, but that was a saga, and that's why, excuse me, my serger and I do not get along. For some reason, it just will not catch. But there's still hope because tonight I got further than I ever have. So there's hope. Where where there's a William, there's a way. I have more fabric than I do sewing machine. I have more thread than I have fabrics and sewing machines. I have a lot of serger parts too. I have a whole toolbox dedicated to serger parts. So I will get that thing going. And you know what? Maybe it's the needles. Maybe I need to replace both of the needles brand new. I have a weird question. Can I put leather needles in a serger? Like, can I put 2 heavy duty needles into a serger? Oh, yes, and so many bobbins. Because I have quite a few industrial leather needles around here, but it's for heavy duty work because, I'm punching through plywood around here. I'm kidding. Oh man, that was an ordeal. Why not? Why not? Good to know. Good to know. Throw the box of parts in the ocean. You don't need to get into sergers or you'll have to actually move into a warehouse. You're not even playing. You're not even playing. That's so real. That is so real. Oh, man. I meant more fabrics than thread and sewing machine and lots of yarn. Oh, gosh. So I said this yesterday on Phoenix's channel. I'm decluttering. I'm getting rid of my car. I have a TARDIS blue Ford F-150 that I'm getting rid of. It was a complete dud when I purchased it. So it's gotta go. I'm gonna go park it up at the ranch till I really figure out what I'm gonna do with it. But I've been storing sewing machine. Like I had the metal to the treadle that I took apart that one night in here. I had 8 bags, eight 40 to 55 gallon bags of fabric that I pulled out of that truck. There's one specific type for a machine, just a job with needles. So I need to get serger needles. I will never run out of machine needles. Yay! Hello, Sydney. How are you? How are you? Great to see you. Yay! Hello, Sydney. Hello. I don't know. Like part of me wants to mix and match the needles, but now I remember I have catcher's mitts as hands. So when I thread the serger, it's hard because I'm doing it with prongs because it's so tiny. Lots of thread, lots of yarn, lots and lots of fabric, lots of patterns, and some more. Yay! Lots of stuff I will never ever use. Same. I feel like that when I saw the serger parts today, I was like, I have parts to a machine that I really like. I know how to. I've taken a serger apart and putting it back together, but I have yet to own a successful serger. And I own 3 of them. Okay, see, but that's positive. That's a work in progress. Patent pending. We found out. Instead of just asking about things, we found out. So in my title, I pulled my coccyx, or it's coming close. I was talking about the blue vinyl chair. I've had to rearrange everything in my house and my sewing room, and because I've only given myself 2 spaces to be a hoarder. Oh. I brought back the blue vinyl chair. My Golden Girl chair is gaudy and it eclipses everything in this room. But it's good to have more surfaces to sew on in here. And I need more I need more chairs in this room to sit down and to contemplate. But I found I found this chair on the street. And I'm still proud of this blue vinyl chair so much that I put it into the title. How's it going, Skids? So now that I'm sitting here out of pure frustration because the serger was once again an utter and complete failure. The mission wasn't a failure, but the serger was kind of a failure. I'm just sitting here enjoying my double animal style. Oh, and I can't forget the books. Do you know what's really funny? I started collecting sewing books. I should pull out the serger book and start reading it and this book makes me laugh because it tells you to not be scared of sergers, and sergers are utterly and completely my enemy. Let's see, where is it? The introduction is to laugh. Sergers come in many shapes, colors, sizes, and degrees of sophistication. Some have knobs, slides, switches. Some have LED screens. Some have switch selection dials that set the tension. And some have no references at all. Every serger, even those of the same make and model, operate and feel a bit different. Just like the first time you drive a new car, you must learn the location, operation of all the controls. This chapter is the study guide for you, your serger's driving test. Oh my gosh, that is dripping with serger propaganda. I cannot get my serger going. I love that book. It's funny because it constantly tells you some drive you nuts, drive you to drink, drive more batty. It's true. Oh man. It felt good to bust the serger back out though. So you think it's big sewing, huh, Alibaba? You think that's definitely big sewing machine. That is definitely big sewing machine. Oh, we need a palate cleanser. We need a palate cleanser, a big one, because the serger was a failure, but that's okay. There's many things to do here in the House of Sewing. Like I'm gonna add a little bit more to my flamenco shirt, I think. I think it's time. And I can no longer watch Canadian television, but this was an awesome show. It's a gay Victorian affair. It's a Canadian show. I watched it. It was awesome. Yeah, if you can get past the first couple pages, might be. Oh man. On your new touch, and look at what we can done with by hand, needle thread, and then we'll. Absolutely. Absolutely. It bothers me that I can't get my serger going. Like, and I'm telling you, at this point in the relationship, I know it's me. I don't blame anything or anyone. I know it's me. Because, like Pam said, if she touched the serger, it would start working properly. Something is not catching, and I still think it's me. Oh, this material is so soft inside. I made such a good choice by lining this with an extremely soft material. And because I lined it with a really soft material, it feels so good to put on. But I need to extend the arms, and I need to edge the sides to make it look a little bit better. So we can go from a failure to a victory real quick here at My So-Called Life. Now that's a title. My So-Called Life. Still angsty after all these years. Oh. Yeah, the Serger book is definitely Serger propaganda. It's definitely big sewing machine. Is that lining cotton? I don't think it is. It's a weird stretch material. It's the strangest thing, but it feels so good on the skin. It's synthetic, but it's weirdly soft. I mean, like, it's so strange of how soft this is. What are we going to do with the blue collar? Oh, with the blue chair. Well, I haven't decided. Thank you for asking, Joy. Thank you so much. I was thinking about making a patchwork cover for it because I have bags and bags and bags of scraps, and I still kind of have a mountain of stuff that was cut from my last coat. So I don't know. I wrapped an office chair in denim twice. I've reupholstered all kinds of stuff, so it's not out of my realm or out of my expertise. It's not something that I haven't done before. Oh, right. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that it was too good to be true. Like, I found all the pieces. I threaded it like fairly fast. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, surgery. If this is the USS Sewing Prize, that is the Wrath of Khan over there, is my white serger. I recovered a twin size box spring. Awesome. Awesome. That's not a bad idea, too. There's all kinds of stuff I could cover. That's why, with all of the scraps I have, I'll admit I let it build out of control, but like I had it in control for a while, but it got out of control. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you. I like the patch chair idea. Like I always say, when I got that chair en route to a thrift store, and the guy thanked me. He came out of his house. He was like, "Thank you so much." He was so happy I was hauling away his garbage. Really is what it was. He was ecstatic. All right. We'll take a little bit more of a break, and then I'll finish this shirt. I'm also sincerely thinking about just throwing down the patches that I wanted to on this one vest. So I might work on that tonight as well. We'll see how it goes this evening. Time, it's still a little early. Awesome. Awesome. All right. We have a yearly spring cleanup where people pull out all kinds of things up for grabs. I would be a superstore in that. Just let me know where I need to go. I would be a superstore in something like that. I have so much. I look around and I'm like, I would make a killing in a garage sale. Let's just put it that way. Oh, Serger, you just sit there in shame. I knew that Serger would. All right. So I'm going to line my shirt, and I'd have to find the material that it originally came from. So I'm just gonna clean up my shirt just a little bit, and I'm gonna add a little bit more length to the cuffs. I'm basically gonna make cuffs, but I'm not gonna go too far because I wanted to I have this weird thing where I like my sleeves to be right here, but not every shirt needs to be like that. I just I pick stuff up from a free pile. Owners come out and said, "Come look at this stuff. We have it in the house." So totally scored. I love it when people do that. My neighbor next door was giving away all kinds of stuff. Found parts from my oven one time and a machine. I very famously found a sewing machine on the street. And because I'm a Care Bear, I'm always like, what happened to that person that this machine was just chucked on the street like that? But it's always happenstance and, bad luck, so to speak. All right, let me move this table. Man, I was so discouraged. I pulled out the Serger propaganda book. That's how befuddled that machine got me this evening. But that's okay because I will be messing around with that thing all evening now. It'll give me something to do later. I actually have two machines that I'm fixing right now. And I thought I had the belt for my fashion mate, but I have to dig out all the other fashion mates that I have in order to find out the size of it. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. I think part of the problem, too, like I said, is that you have to keep going. I get easily discouraged because that machine and I have been fighting. But like I said, it's mainly me. Excuse me. No, I would never. Whenever I made the trash joke, it was all for YouTube. It was all back when I was trying to be a sewing comedian. I call what I do sewing entertainment. Patent pending, patent pending. And so I came at it from that angle, you know. Think positive. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am definitely one of those people that you have to think happy thoughts, as the saying goes. And it's, you know what? It's a lesson. It's not you, Godless Owen. It's that certain. Ollie, you've been around for a year, you have a couple years now. Like, you've probably seen that really old video a couple years ago. The serger, I'm really interested to see what the real problem of that serger is. So I'm going to get really detailed later. Because now I'm curious because it was catching even more than normal. The top piece was catching, but the bottom, they were just kind of hanging loose. That serger is your good friend. You will see. So sometimes the fiercest enemies become the best friends. So you never know. That serger and I we have history. We've been going back for 3 years now. Differential feed, I believe. I've stopped myself a couple of times from buying a brand new serger, but for some reason they seem outrageously priced to me. They just seem really outrageously priced to me. Okay. All right, let me switch my camera angle and I'll start cutting my pieces for this shirt. I really like the way the shirt came out. And because that was basically my test shirt, there's all kinds of things I'm going to add to that particular pattern now. But I'm stoked because, like everything I learned, you can read this section, How to Thread Your Serger. It's funny. This serger, I have the original VHS with the weird guy on it. He looks like he's on a handful of Quaaludes. He's just like, and today we're going to do this with the serger, and here's a Cabbage Patch Kid, and I made this, and I made this. It's actually kind of scary. It really seems like someone is preventing the bottom, like something is preventing the bottom tension. Thank you. Makes you think fluff somewhere. Should I just like go 90 on the freeway and hold it out the freeway? I'm just joking. No, I don't want to give anyone any bad ideas. Because people do insane things like that here. All right. Okay. Not 100, 120. No, 100, 120. Interesting. Interesting. I am in love with that fabric. I need to find out. It's very polyester. The inside, it's stretchy, but it's extremely soft. It's a weird blend, is what I'm trying to stammer out. Okay. Get my trusty ruler. Perfect. That was a perfect cut. This this table is absolute clutch. I know everybody freaks out that I use a Rubbermaid table, but I have cut perfect grooves into this table. Ah. All right. That should be big enough for both sides. No machines were harmed in the making of this video. Do you know what's really funny? I need to I'm going to start using that as a disclaimer, Pam. No sewing machines or fabric was harmed in the making of this video. I miss those after school specials. You always knew what was going on in the movie because they would tell you no animals or blah 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 were harmed in the making of this video, so you knew a crazy scene was coming. All right. Perfect. So with something like this, I'm just grabbing the edge, making sure it's straight, and I'm just going to line it with this piece to clean it up a little bit. And then I'm going to add cuffs to this and go full Miami Vice. I can hear the music again. All right. You know, one day I'll be prepared and actually grab my pin cushion like I should, but it was not today. Perfect. I absolutely love this shirt. That's why I'm coming back and working on it, because this is a hilarious shirt. The colors work, the scheme, everything came out perfect. And unlike my serger, this one's actually going to have a decent ending. Okay. Ouch. Right. Oh, do you know what's so funny? I think my first video, I called it the saga of the serger. Well, my first serger video. So I'm gonna make a video of the saga sergers, you know, the sagas of the serger. Well, it's good to know that that serger is consistent and that after all these years it still has the same problem. Consistency is key here in the House of Sewing on the My So-Called Life channel, presented to you by Godless Sewing. All right, perfect. Mini Crafts Rotary Cutter. Viewer discretion advised. Oh, you'll know when I take a finger off because I'm going to yell, "Holy smokes, Bullwinkle," and run out of the room. And that table is a wreck. Don't know if the short has a decent ending. Well, the serger sure didn't have a decent ending. That was a fight. It's so funny. Do you know, as human beings, we anthropomorphize things. At this point, I'm taking it personal with an inanimate object. So it's me. Might put the pattern upside down, like upside down birds. No one would do that. Well, I have upside down birds on the back, and then I have right side ones up on the front. Because that's what kind of party's going on this shirt. The not paying attention party. Okay. Let me add some more pins for security. Perfect. Oh, this shirt is just a big party. Oh, right. Because I'm on YouTube, I will come back and add the cuffs after I sew this piece, but I need to cut some of this off. Perfect. Perfect. And that's not long enough. Oh, that's so funny. My shirt's uneven, but so am I, so. Okay. I will definitely cut another piece out of that. So this pattern, this shirt, it said it took, it said it takes 3 yards, but like, I don't think it took 3 yards because this was 4 yards and I still have well over 2 yards left. But on the pattern, it said it takes 3 yards, but you know, there's always extra pieces with me, so maybe I was missing something or I added something. Oh, right. Beautiful. Okay. It will let you see who is paying. Absolutely. I think I like this pattern. I love I've been looking for a good shirt pattern and I don't know, I just was feeling froggy and I jumped and I've fallen in love with this pattern. So you'll hear no complaints here. This pattern is absolutely awesome. I am going to add a little bit on the cuffs because although I do like a tight cuff, I'm from a very specific era with very specific skills, and I like the emo look, where your thumb could almost go through the shirt. All right, we'll pull that all the way up. Perfect. There we go. Flamenco shirt. Who, if you had told me in the beginning of this year I'd be rocking a flamenco shirt and liking it, I would have laughed at you. And now this is my official Magnum PI shirt. Or I should say Godless Sewing PI. From my so-called life industries. Oh. All right. Okay, I think I have overpinned this thing enough. Let's start adding, let's start sewing and see what happens. I need to clear all my coffee accessories. Coffee's funny. Like, because I have thread and everything in here and it's a giant mess in here, like my coffee comes with a plate, a W2. All right. Let me move my Golden Girls chair a little bit. Okay. It feels good to finally find another pattern that I could mess around with, something that's decent. Let me move my chair one more time. Mess. It is a mess in here. Oh. Perfect. That is the plight of being a hoarder, is the amount of stuff that's in this room. So, for my next trick, what jacket should I add a zipper on? I have quite a few, but I was thinking about adding a zipper on my red coat that I had the blue version of on last week. I think it's time to add a zipper on that one, but I can't remember if I put buttons on the front, so I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh, not you. Not you. That was the first stroke sounded terrible. Oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Not you too, my friend. No worries, Alibaba. We'll be here for a little bit longer. Wow. Okay. Let's try it again. You just don't feel like sewing today or what? Oh, that's funny. Oh, I see where the problem is. That could be a big problem. Checking your sewing machine is important. Do you know, today is a good day to let you know that it's not always going to be perfect when you're sewing. And there's a real reason why people say, not today, Bobbin, not today. Because sewing is frustrating sometimes. And if it's not, then you're not trying. But that's okay. Because like Joy said, you got to stay positive and keep going. Get that fluff out of there. He's addicted to the zipper. I am, Pam. I am. I have been fully converted over to the Church of Zipper. I used to be Brother Button. I was a Presbyterian Brother Button, but now I have been fully converted to the Church of the Zipper. We'll be here, Joy. And if not, I'll be back at it on Wednesday. But I should be here for a little bit longer. The machine is telling you it's applied for Social Security and it's about to retire. This thing, I have turned a commercial machine into something industrial. So, like, I totally understand if this thing quit on me. I have asked it to go way beyond its its original use. Perfect. That's one thing about a baby lock is that this thing is a beast. So if there's a problem, it's not fixable. You just have to figure out what the problem is. I need to make the stitch a little tighter. The machine is on strike. I'm management, so I'm a strike buster. Oh, right. That's a mess. I should pick that out so it doesn't look bad. Beautiful. Cut this piece off. You know, the funny thing is that once you know what the problem is, like the second I heard it, I knew there was an issue with this. Because I know the sound of this machine when it's working and when it's not. All right, let's try that again. Or, like I now say, and we're walking. Perfect. Beautiful. As I hear pins hitting the ground. Do you know, I try to find them immediately because I know if I don't, my foot will find them later. All right, that's perfect. All I really wanted to do was take down some of the fray because the flamenco material sheds. It sheds. And I'm adding my signature stitch on here. Let me clean this up. I'm definitely going to reinforce my seams on this. Yay. I missed zipper time. No, I was saying that I'm going to zipper a coat, and now I can't. I'm just trying to decide what coat I was going to add a zipper to, because I have quite a few that I have not. But the ones that I put buttons on, I do not necessarily want to add a zipper on, because I don't want to sew around those. I put huge buttons on those. Perfect. All right. I need to find out what material this is because it's beautiful. I wouldn't mind a suit made out of it. Not necessarily the pink flamenco color. Actually, I would sport a pink flamenco suit. Who am I kidding? With pride, I would sport a pink flamenco suit. All right. Beautiful. Perfect. I think I remember you were going to use the 22-inch zipper. I I will next time. Oh right, that was the coat. I have quite a few though, because I've purchased quite a few zippers recently. So I have been fully converted to the zipper. Fully converted. I'm gonna go grab that in a second, but let's finish this. And I still have to finish the cuffs on this. I don't know. Maybe I will go short cuffs on this. I don't know. It takes longer to pin the cuffs than to make them most of the time. All right. So we'll sew this again. Beautiful. Perfect. Do you know, I need a pouch right here to put my scissors, or I should just leave them there because I constantly am misplacing those things. All right, let's see how it looks. Beautiful. That looks perfect. Yeah, I'll add cuffs on this. Why not? Let me switch my angles. Perfect. Do you know, I am still waiting for there to be some sense of winter around here because it is hot. And I know everybody's like, nobody wants to hear the guy complaining about perfect weather, but it was like almost 90 today again. All right, let's see if I already have pieces cut for the cuffs. I actually could use that, but I won't. So this weekend, I'm kind of at a weird fork in the road. I don't know if I should or should not go downtown. I feel like I've purchased everything there. I'm still on the hunt for the red rose fabric, but like I have purchased so much fabric from there. I've purchased over like 200 yards just in the past 2 or 3 months. I've purchased well over probably over 2 or 300 yards. And so I now live in a fabric warehouse. But every time I go down to downtown, I go crazy because of their prices, you know. How I'm a sewist, you know. How can you keep me on the farm when they got yards for $1 each and they're legitimately $1 for something that I would there's that cheetah fabric. I was looking at it. That's something that I normally I'd pay like $5 or $6 a yard for that. And I got 8 yards and I ended up paying like $8 and some weird tax. But it was legitimately under $9 for 8 yards, you know. And you can't beat that because everywhere else, you know, that would be like 60, you know, it would be a steep price after a while. All right. Scissor holster. I definitely need a scissor holster. I think I suggested that before pouches. Oh, rub it. It's freezing here. I am rubbing it in. it's it's like summer all over again. It's see how shiny I am? It is like summer all over again here. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
59 and I'm sweating. It's dropping. We're we're cooler than Kilroy and I'm sweating in Kilroy, which is it was colder and I'm sweating at 59. Oh. All right, let's add some cuffs on here. I know no one feels sorry for the person who has good weather. So I'm debating if I should go downtown or not, but a lot of it is just me being in my head because it is a bit of a trek, but once I get down there, it's so much fun. There's culture, food, people from around the world. It's definitely up my alley, you know. Well, that and there's Santee Alley, but it's just the traffic because I don't live down there, so I'm coming from a good 30 miles away. Well, yeah, somewhere around there. All right. But it's worth it. I'll go down there. I'll continue on my quest. I kind of want to still buy some more flamenco style fabric or something that's just as bright because it fits my style. And because it rarely rains in Southern California, they are there every week ready to go with the streets reeking of Fabuloso. All right. Perfect. Okay, let me get my scissors so I can get a precise cut on this. The temperature's dropping here. Like we have extremes because I live in the high desert, so it'll be hot during the day and then it's gonna dip down. Like it was like 49 the other night. Okay, come on. You are not it's always the last piece that's like, nope, I am not going. Tell you the honest truth, I'm over the heat, but I say that about every single I say that about every single time the weather changes. Like, oh, I'm over it. I'm over it. I think I just need to go retire in Arizona. No, I'm kidding. I would never move back there. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. I am not above overpinning something, just so I said it properly. Yay, welcome back, Joy. Welcome back. I still haven't decided what jacket I'm going to add a zipper on. I'm going to go in the closet and kind of go like this and just choose one. And we'll see what comes from it. All right. These arms are, this pattern, the arms are made a little bit different than I'm used to, and I actually like the way the arms are made. I'm gonna when I make my final blocks. When I make blocks, I'm going to make them a little bit bigger in the arms. but I generally like the design of this. And the arm design is more of like a suit coat, even though this is for a shirt. This is supposed to be, like a nice, classy shirt. But I, of course, made it out of a flamenco print because I'm all about looking like I'm going to go meet Crockett and Tubbs at the docks. All right. Perfect. So I'm thinking about what my next project should be. Like I've been going crazy on capes. I know Joy's gonna say get your serger going. But beyond that, what should I need a big project. I need something to like a big project. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, I see what happened. I can easily fix that. Okay. I wanted to make this out of to make a suit coat out of this, but this is actually a really common print, so I can go and grab this print again. So this flamenco print isn't necessarily something that's rare or anything. I had a few front pockets on a pair of baby overalls. They're so cute. That's awesome. Yeah. So a blimp, that's a biggest, I know. I wish I had little ones to sew for. It was so fun. I do miss that. I miss. Oh, I used to dress my son. Oh, he looked so cool. I put him in every rock T-shirt I wished my parents had put me in. I sent him to school wearing bands he had never heard of. Okay. Oh, those were the good old days. See, the nostalgia is from having a good time and less than them just being good old days. Okay, of course, the last piece is just giving me difficulty. Why wouldn't you? Okay. And you're not cooperating either. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's always the last piece. Okay. Perfect. All right. I'm going to pin that twice so that doesn't come off again. Beautiful. Okay. Oh man, that turned into a mess. Do you know it's always that last piece that gives you a hard time? I used to contract sew for a home base named Children's Clothing, fancy ruffle dress. And oh, that's awesome, Joy. That's absolutely awesome. All right, let me. Perfect. All right. So I'm working on a pre-record right now. I just needed to free up the space in my computer and buy a giant, million terabyte, megabyte, whatever the thing's called. I just need to buy a server, get my own business server. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, I was just about to brag about how I've done a few of these, and then I missed the stitch. That's why you brag after you finish what you're doing. Oh, that's funny. Perfect. All right. So I will take this out. I even sewed a bit for an airline covering seats. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a skill to have. Like I'm big on reupholstering things, and I didn't realize how much of how much of a business reupholstering things was. Oh. Perfect. Beautiful. Everything's connected. All right. So we'll go for the other arm. I was thinking about doing hammer pants again. It's been a while since I've made hammer pants, and I think I can improve on my old style that I made back in the day. But let me know what you think I should make. Perfect circle. We'll do it one more time. Beautiful. Okay. So tonight, you know what? They can't all be winners. My serger utterly and completely showed us that it is exactly what I thought it was. I know a guy that reupholstered a 1957 Chevy to original. He went through. Wow. Singer 101s. Wow. Wow. Now that's a feat. Where are all of my pin cushions? Oh, man. Perfect. Let me make sure everything. Man, we should get all the threads and everything, all the excess. I love the point of throwing the shirt on, but there are a million details that you have to look. You have to look for every mistake, or did you miss something? And usually I did, because I get so excited for the final product. Perfect. Now that I think about it, I've reupholstered chairs that sit in my kitchen. I had they weren't, I call them church chairs because they weren't like office chairs. They were the old school metal chairs, but they had cushions. So I reupholstered every single one of those. I've actually reupholstered quite a few things. My chairs. I have quite a few videos about that as well. Oh, right. Oh, that's beautiful. I added just an inch or two to the arm, so we will see how it looks. I'm gonna move my table so I can do my semi-final reveal. Do I'm actually liking the name change. It frees me up from the initial judgment when I say hello to people, because my old name, when I would say hello to people, they would instantly clam up because everything is so political. And I'm actually not one of those people who's politically driven by, like, every decision I make is not based on other people. I don't live by committee, and that's okay if you do. But I like the name change because it frees me from being instantly judged. And I can instantly tell the person's age when they're like, oh, my so-called life. I love that. There's a YouTuber I really respect, and I always comment on his stuff. And I commented recently, and I forgot I changed my name. And he was like, oh, I love the name change. And I'm like, that's right. That's right. I forgot I changed the name. But, you know, I got to show the softer side of Sears, as they used to say. Oh, man. It is definitely a mess in here today. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much. And, you know, I still go by Godless Sewing, but it would weird people out sometimes, and I'm not here to... Oh, that actually works with that. Just that little bit I added. That kind of works. Let me give it a quick look. There's still a spot or two I need to improve on, but that's okay. So I added, I edged the sides. So should I add pink buttons on this? Or should I add, I don't even know what color you would call that. Like foam blue, sea blue. Thank you. Thank you. My serger was a complete fail, but that's okay because I knew this shirt wouldn't be. And I got so busy in the past. Well, it's only been a day and a half, but I got kind of busy, so I wasn't able to finish this shirt. So it feels good to finish this shirt, and it looks great. I still like the way I added just a little bit on the cuff, so I like the way it looks. I don't know what color buttons I should add on it though. White or pink. You know what? White actually sounds good as well. See, with my impatience, I have white buttons here. Joy, are you close enough to do the buttonholes for my shirt? I'm kidding. I know you live in Canada. I know. I think the pink. You see, pink as well. I'm trying to think. Do I have pink in here? No, this is yellow, purple, and a weird off green. I knew you'd laugh at that one. You know what? This will give me an excuse to buttonhole this thing. I think, like with anything, there's a weird stigma behind certain things, and then you start overthinking it, and you get in your own head, and then all of a sudden you don't do it. So I think I should just get on the horse and start buttonholing, which always sounds a lot dirtier than what it really is. You can do it on your machines. I do. I have quite a few to select from as well. Just do a bunch of test runs in the same fabric. I do have a ton of fabric left over too. I have a ton. So I could do quite a few test pieces with this. I had on all black last time, but this is still very much so Miami Vice. I love this shirt. Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking about improving quite a few things on this, but I love the way this came out. Really, I was planning on using my serger for the bottom of this, but the serger will not be going near this shirt right now in the condition that it's in right now. There's no way I'm gonna But I will be working on that serger because I was looking forward to serging the bottom of this and then adding more onto it. But I think I might keep it the way it is. I had a completely different outfit on last time, so this if it looks different, it's because I was wearing all black. Oh. Yay! Hello, Happy Maker. How are you? Thank you so much. I finished the cuffs this evening, and I also edged the front, and I'm deciding what color buttons I'm going to put on. Because this, there's certain projects where I make it and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and I just move on to the next one. But this is definitely loungewear. I love this shirt, and it fits my goofy style. Yay! Hello. Great to see you. Awesome. I've really fallen in love with the pattern. Let me grab the pattern real quick. This pattern is McCall's L9532, and it's just a basic shirt. And the B shirt reminds me of like a shirt everyone wore in the 80s. Let me get a little bit closer with my camera. But the B shirt reminds me of something that my grandfather would have worn. And I was alive in the 80s, so I'm not trying to say that was old or anything like that. Disclaimer. Yay. Okay, let me grab this. Turn that off. Oh. It's amazing how many times I unplugged that thing. Awesome. Okay, so this pattern, the B shirt, reminds me of something like it almost like a pajama shirt, but it's like the quintessential undershirt that everybody wore back in the day. But that's the design we're going for. But I love the way this came out, the way it looks, the way it feels. I lined it with this really soft material, so every time I put it on, I'm like, ooh, I forgot how soft this is. Yay. I'm not sure about the fig tortoise shell buttons. Oh, I like that. I like that idea. Okay. So let's have a discussion. Can I make a wallpaper t-shirt? Won't it like disintegrate over time? Can I put wallpaper material through a sewing machine? Asking for a friend who bought wallpaper thinking it was fabric. Joy, you actually are asking relevant questions. Might be a nostalgic look. Absolutely. There are silk wallpapers. Interesting. So let me grab it. The other day when I purchased all those really awesome patterns and all the older patterns, the newer ones, everything I got, in a frenzy, I put this in my cart thinking it was fabric. And I was like, oh, that fabric is so cool. I purchased wallpaper. And you know what? Because I like building sets, part of me is like, I could use this for a fancy set. And even if I told you, you still would be like, oh, where is Godless Sewing? And I could be in my living room, But Joy is telling me that I can make a wallpaper shirt. I paid $6.99 USD. When first learning to sew in school, we sewed on paper following the lines. Good to know. I paid $6.99 for that. You know why? Because I thought it was fabric. I was like, oh, I would love to make a shirt out of this, but it's not. This is just fancy paper. They were probably so happy to get rid of it. I'm sure it's been sitting there for a while. I haven't gone to the thrift store in a while. That would be fantastic of redoing trunk things. Exactly. I have what was the child's table. When I was a kid, the child's table was an old card table. And I still have the one from my grandparents' house. It's literally on the other side. Yeah, I know, I know. This place, I purchased. It was a hokey material, but I purchased like 14 yards for $6.99 from that place. And you could machine embroidery on paper to make cards. I like that. Well, I do have. Ooh, that's a really good idea because I do have my embroidery machine. That's a really good idea, Joy. I like that. They would be double new for 1 yard. Oh, I did not know that. Or even toilet paper embroidered. Wow. Wow. I just like the design because it's poppies. I know you probably can't see it, but there's poppies on here. And I had a print that was similar to this, but it was black. And I made my I went crazy with the black poppy material because I had like 30 yards of it. So I went insane with it. And that's what I thought this was. I thought it was a brown version of it, but too good to be true is just too good to be true. My neighbor does her Christmas cards like that. Oh, I did not know that. That fabric wallpaper is so expensive. And it's microfiber too. That's what kind of fooled me at first because it feels like that Santee Alley print that I still have 100 yards of. But like it feels like the microfiber paper, but on the back, you can clearly see it's paper. You can clearly see that this is wallpaper. Mm. So I was like, maybe I can make a shirt, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. She really does thread painting like that, but on mesh and then mounted on a card. Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking about cutting a square and putting it in my brother PE 535 just to see what happens. But like, I'm probably gonna end up putting this in a safe place and just worrying about it for a rainy day because I have ideas that I want to do with it. But I was wondering, can you sew on wallpaper? And now I know you can. It's good for it's a great project. Just something great for a project. There's a ton of stuff I want to wrap that thing in too. I just haven't decided yet. But on this particular pattern, this shirt comes with a back yoke. And they show it on E. It's not as dramatic as it should be, but like I'm going to start adding back yokes on all of this. And I have plenty of stinky material to do it with. If he did junk journals, make a great cover. I actually do. I actually do that. Come on, Pam. You know I'm crafty. I'm a crafty human. I love making journals. Recently, like where are my notes? Like even like my notes, these are trashed, but I have like almost a year's worth of notes in here. I write for everything. Like I journal, I still have scrapbooks. I took all the old pictures that I took of Isaiah and I made a book out of it because I'm old school. And in the digital world, I want to ask a question. Like in the digital world, do we save our kids' pictures or are we like confident because they're saved in our phones and all these things? I printed out all of his pictures and stuff because I wanted to remember it when I'm old and I can't remember anything. I want to have a book that I could actually look through. That's the kind of shirt I was making. A back yoke. Okay. Oh, okay. Awesome. That's good to know. I liked the sizing of their back yoke and everything. I was thinking about using the stinky material because it's black and it's shiny and it sticks out. It stinks out too. Cuff with buttons. I like that. Good note. I take notes for everything. I have a really good memory, but sometimes I think it's because I write everything down. So I don't know if I'm doing things from memory or if it's just the repetition of writing things down. I like looking out at old pictures and have no computer back then. Exactly. And I think also because my father was a photographer, so I had the benefit of having my entire life on Kodak and Fujifilm, and I wanted to return that favor to my son. Because in today's digital world, we take pictures and we post them and we kind of forget about them, you know? At least in my humble opinion. I am not judging the computer era. I know it's here. There's nothing I can do about it. I am a bit of a dinosaur. Just love the look of the flamenco jacket. Definitely your style. Thank you. I have no idea why those balloons Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see if it does it again. Nope. Nope. It is so random. Hold on. Let's do it again. Oh, I wish I knew where that came from. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's so strange how they come out of nowhere. Let me see if I can do it. Scouts honor? That get balloons? I am definitely the test subject. They're like, let's give it to the sewing guy. He won't even know that it's a virus. Oh, that's hilarious. It literally just showed up one day and it scared me at first because I thought I'd been hacked. back on to McCall's L9 532. I am testing for the AI. I think it's because I'm not, you're nice. I'm nice to the A word, so they're testing me. I swear I am the test piece for this thing. It just showed up one day. Oh, let's see if it does the thumb. What is that? Where are you from, bro? Where are you from? That's great. It has to be. Now I've eliminated everything. It has to be ever since I did the Apple update. No secret, I own a MacBook Pro. I am one of those shrubs that has Apple products. So I am definitely a tester for Apple for that. I was thinking about making another because I purchased a ton of that star material. So I have like the smoky star, I have the rainbow pride star, I have the black with the rainbow star. So I'm gonna start working with that material again because I like it. I actually really like it. And the funny thing is I buy certain things for lining and then I get them home and I'm like, I'm gonna make a shirt out of this. This is no longer lining. So I need to go on a trip and buy only lining. Because what's happening is I come to an impasse where I'm going to make a project and I'm like, uh-oh, I don't have any lining because I want all of this to be featured. That's why I was so happy when I got this material because I was like, this is the perfect material for lining things. Color block. Definitely. It's quite a few things. So after tonight, do you guys think I should go and purchase a serger? excuse me, do you think I should just bite the bullet and go get a regular, out of the box serger? I recently watched a video though, because all I see is the brother one at Walmart. Because I really haven't been looking. And the place downtown, they sell sergers, but they sell sergers for like 800, $900 because they're jukey. But I saw that the $200 or $300 brother isn't necessarily the best serger. And like I said earlier, somebody sent me a serger a while ago because they liked the way I sew, I guess. We'll leave it at that. But it was a brother, and the thing was, it didn't work. It didn't work. And I'm not saying it was a Walmart. It could have been Target. It could have been, it was one of those mainstream sergers, you know? Get help. Get help with the one you have. I was thinking about taking it to that place downtown and having it completely serviced by real professional. They have more experience than I do, and I will accept the fact that some people have more experience than I do. Amazon sells sergers. I kind of have beef with Amazon right now. I still have not received my cowboy hat that I ordered over a month and a half ago. When they just keep on switching the dates. I will be shocked the day that cowboy hat shows up at my house. Yeah, you could take it to a machine guy. He'll fix it cheaper than a new one. I was thinking about that because sergers are pretty pricey. And every time I go to Walmart, I'm like, am I prepared to spend $300 on a machine that I don't necessarily trust? Because the reason I'm bringing up the brother serger is because they are everywhere. I see them in every retailer, but they do not have good reviews in any way, shape, or form. And there's a YouTuber, I don't even really like her, but I watch her content because she has hundreds of thousands of subscribers and she gets it. She's a sewist, but she compares sewing machines. And I recently watched a video about she purchased the Walmart serger and it was shaking like within the first 10 minutes of when she purchased it. I'm sure the machine guy could help you with it. I fixed my Singer serger. See, that's the thing. Like I'm so used to cleaning things out, resetting everything, oiling everything, and then it just works. I refurbish things, and the funny thing is, I could take a sewing machine apart and put it back together. Sergers and I just do not get along. I haven't used or fixed a serger. I have no idea. It makes me laugh because I'm going to say something arrogant. I am the sewing machine whisperer. No brag, just fact. But when it comes to sergers, I have no idea what I'm doing. And you know, I want a serger. Oh. I am more than willing to admit that when it comes to a serger, um, I'm seriously 0-4 at this point. I have 3 sergers and I've tried a million times. I'm not giving up in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying I think it's time to buy a new one completely and just add those others to the museum of sergers. I wish I could come help. Just reach through the screen. Oh, don't worry, Pam. When teleporters are invented, you're the first one coming over. The brother didn't work. Oh, brother, where out thou? I can't say it. Oh, brother, where out thou? Thou. Oh, brother, where out thou? Oh, that's hilarious. I wish the teleporter was real. Oh, wow. But brother sergers, from my guesstimation, kind of come broken out of the box, but it's more or less the manufacturer. What happens is that these things, the name gets sold and then they make 10,000 sergers and they kind of don't, 10 million and they kind of don't work. And in modern terms, I do not necessarily want to buy a modern sewing machine because all my older ones work. With that being said, I will purchase a Gray Singer one day. I've reserved the right to completely go back on that and purchase a Gray Singer. But that's a different fight for a different day. I just want to add that to the museum of godless sewing. You know, the true test to any shirt is top button for me, and this fits perfect. So that's beautiful. My white serger was a complete failure, but that's okay. I needed to know. I needed to know if it worked or not. And that's what I've been doing. I've been going machine by machine and seeing if it works or not. Why, hello, Waternay. Why, hello. Fancy seeing you here. You should come and join the insanity that is my so-called life. Oh, I got it right. I remembered my own channel's name. Every time I open up a browser up in the corner, it's an ad for that Gray Singer machine. They should give me one at this point for as much as I push those things. I bet that white is something simple. There is something right. It is. I feel like it's me. I'm gonna futz around with it later tonight. I had my coveralls on last night. I'm gonna put my coveralls back on and just oil it and see what the problem is. You know, maybe it needs a complete revamping. Like I was saying, I was using old needles, so that's why I asked if I can replace it with two needles. See if you can fix your current surge, or even if it's taking it to the repair shop, they'll get it working in no time. Do you know, honestly, there is no pride. There is no pride here. If somebody can do it better than I can, I will defer to your professional knowledge. You know, I don't claim to be the end all be all for anything. I know if I can fix something, I hope that's why I ask questions sometimes, because I need help just like anybody else. When it comes to a sewing machine, I'm a little bit more stubborn because I know what I'm doing, but I have no idea what I'm doing with the serger. Yay, hello, Waternay, hello. Compressed air under the deck can help too. Do you know I did that with the brother, and it would not catch at all. It almost had the same problem, but it wouldn't even throw down a decent stitch. As a matter of fact, oh, I forgot I had this thing. Oh man. You hear nothing but crashing. Crash, boom, boom, boom. Oh, excuse me. So we have officially entered the adult portion of this evening because this is a naked serger. This is what a brother serger looks like with all the bells and whistles taken off. This one just would not catch. Hey, Waternay. This one just would not catch. That's the Franken serger's cousin. Make sure the thread is engaged into the tension disc and the presser foot is up when you thread it. I should write that down. Do change the other colors. Oh, okay. It real will help which thread is the issue. I think that's the issue. I have white serger thread. I have white and black. That would be able to help me see where the real problem is. Yay. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Yay. Hello, Waternay. Hello. Awesome. But this is what a serger looks like completely taken apart. This one would not catch. I still to this day, I do not know what's wrong with this. I took this thing apart. I serviced it completely. I even put brand new parts on this thing, and it just it didn't work. No, each 4 tension uses a gratefully different thread. Oh, okay. So I should use a different thread on each color. I could do that. I have like peach and brown, I think. You can use any spool of thread. Oh, not just serger thread. Oh, that's different than I have a ton of like gray upholstery thread and stuff. Huge spools. That's good to know. That's good to know. I forgot I had this thing too. but as you can see, Sergers and I just have not had luck at all. And just to throw more salt, just to add, where's Frankenserger? This is a combination of an older brother and a newer brother. And I was not kidding when I said that Sergers and I do not get along. Thank you so much, Pam. Thank you so much. I actually need to hear that. Because that's some of the problems. Sometimes something becomes frustrating and you're just like, I don't need you in my life. I do not need this frustration, Use regular thread, not upholstery. Okay, good to know. No, good to know. I need to know this because I have a ton of upholstery thread. Miles of upholstery thread. Yeah, this room is a serger graveyard in this room because I have quite a few. I probably somewhere in here there's a fourth serger in here somewhere. Franken brother. Take the naked one to the repair guy. This is the newer one. This is the Walmart. This was probably like 2016, 2017. If I remember what she told me, which I could probably go in my Twitter DMs and figure it out real quick. But the person I received this from, it was fairly new, but like it just would not catch. And no matter what, I'm pointing to something that nobody can see. And no matter what I did with this machine, it just would not catch. So it joined. This is one of my museum pieces. I have a couple machines that I kept naked because I want people to know what the machines are. And this sergers are so powerful. That's why I want to get a working one going. But look at the power in that thing. And this is a hokey machine. This is a brother that didn't even work. And this is a powerful machine, Take the naked one to the repair guy. I give you permission to dump that one. Oh my gosh. If it wasn't illegal, I would slingshot all of these things. We are the Sergers and I'm going on 3 years of not knowing how to properly maintain a serger. Matter of fact, let me go look. Dun, dun, da, da. Let's go to YouTube. Let me look and see. Because I keep on saying, oh, it was 2 years ago. The video will tell on me. A year. The Serger. Okay. The Serger Strikes Back was a year ago. And that was like a reboot of the Serger. Thrifting a vintage singer, how to defluff a sewing machine, the secret life of sewing machines, welcome to the fleet, the hoarding episode, how to make a kufi. Oh, where are you? Oh my gosh, I've made a lot of videos. Resurrecting a Kenmore 385, the bootleg named Morris. I've made countless MC Hammer videos. Oh, where are you? Gosh, I've had this serger for a while. I'm gonna have to look back. It's about 2 years old, or maybe I'm. Oh, here we go. It is. It is exactly 2 years old. It's this. I've had. I'm sorry. This the white serger that I pulled out. I've had that for 2 years. No, take it to a steel mill, have it melted down. Do you know? I am so curious. I am so curious. I'm gonna do it and not copyright strike myself. But I'm so proud of my old videos. My so-called life is sponsored by. And that guy still works at the thrift store. That's my favorite thrift store. It is 3 giant buildings. It is thrifty. Like, I get lost in there. I have to plan. Like, when I go there, I'm going to spend a couple hours in there. Good guy. He's such a good guy. Oh, I forgot. I missed that kid. Who is that guy? Here we go. Needle. This thing's, it's all right. I'm giving it a hard time, but it's all right. They're not necessarily for the novice. So if you get a serger, do your research, and like I said, add it to the fleet. Do you see how happy I wasn't? So from the day I purchased this serger, we have not been friends. And that video, I made that video over 2 years ago, and YouTube's bad at math, so it's probably 2 years and some change. No, Alibaba, no. No, I did not do my research. No, I did not. Maybe, do you know what's so funny? I should take my own advice, huh? Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, where are you? There you are, my friend. Do you know what's so funny? Like, I look back at that video, like maybe I should have taken my own advice. But from the day I purchased it, I could not figure it out. So I have been literally fighting with that machine for over 2 years. Did you do your no? No, I did not, Alibaba. No. Oh, it's funny you'd say that, Kilroy. I think it is time here in Godless Sewing Airlines. I hope everyone's enjoying the show and having a great evening.
Get the most fun out of life, out of being a mother and wife, with new fashion excitement that's all created by you. On your new Touch and Sew sewing machine by Singer. Touch and Sew, another first from Singer.
Be the girl with the golden touch on your new Singer Golden Touch and Sew machine. Dozens of exclusive features, like this new built-in needle threader for the golden slant needle and the push-button bobbin that winds right in the machine. What a wonderful new feeling. You can do all 3 kinds of sewing: straight, zigzag, and chain stitch.
Touch and Sew, the push-button bobbin way.
Come sew on one at your Singer Center. Choose from 5 Touch and Sew models from $149.95.
What's new for tomorrow is at Singer today.
So much like RuPaul's Drag Race, I guarantee she did not sew that. Oh, that was such a good palate cleanser. I love that commercial. I love that commercial. So, needless to say, today I learned my lesson that this is definitely the wrath of the serger. The serger strikes back. Empire, the empire of the Surger has taken down my fleet again. From back in cable access sewing days. Oh, I miss my old setup. I might bring it back, but I have too much stuff in front of my flag to go full Sergeant Slaughter. Let me see what. StreamYard's lag sometimes. Back in storage, the Surgers got. You know, it's so funny. I am clearing. I'm going through my storage. I'm clearing out stuff for stuff like this because, you know, these two are broken. Both of these are DOA. My white still has potential. It still has potential to be fixed and worked on. So I don't know. I have a little bit of faith, a tinge, a smidge, a shatter that it might work. I don't know. We'll see. But you know what's really funny is that I thought that Surger was going to work, but it's having the exact same problems. So what should I do? Should I give this one? Should I give taps to the naked Surger? Should I say goodbye? This guy is literally hanging on by pieces. This guy's sad. Let's see what this one looks like with its clothes off as well. Is it? Oh, there's a screw hanging on to it. But this one, okay. So it's funny because they're both brother, but this is a 1980s brother, and it's almost the same principle, but not as powerful as its brother. But since we rarely get to look into Surgers, this is a 1980s brother Surger. And then the naked one is more of a 2000 Surger. The first one has already given up into a ghost, and now it's just skeletal remains. Absolutely. These are my wall hangers. Like, if I was to pull back my my flags, it's just displays of all the dead sewing machines. Now I have a song, the touch bobbing up right away. No, it's like a cooking show. That one she made earlier. I'm gonna go back and rename this the Wrath of the Surger. Gone. I feel like this is that scene where I get lost, marooned on a moon with Carol Marx, and she's like, "Oh, I invented the Genesis device. Can I cook or what?" What a great line in a sci-fi show. Poor Surgers. I do feel very Mr. Rogers when I'm putting my shirt on a hanger and hanging it up. Something very Mr. Rogers about that. So for my next trick, I'm going to attempt to have a functioning Surger. I knew there was still magic in this room somewhere. I've been cleaning and I've been finding all these things where I'm like, I forgot you existed. That's the plight of being a hoarder, And lately, I've been trying to organize my fabric. Oh, where'd you go? There we go. I've been trying to organize my fabric because I want to be able to see everything. And I want to bring all three of my star materials together. I'm trying to become more organized, but it's not necessarily easy when you're starting from the hoarding position. What about changing shoes to the cowboy boots Mr. Roger would change footwear? I forgot about that. See, but like when I come home, I take my shoes off. I have hardwood floors and I take my shoes off. Reminds me of a Tribe Called Quest. Oh yes, absolutely. A smidgen, a tidbit. Oh, that's are you on point five all the time, Tip? I love that song. Oh, I love that song. I'll be here for a little bit longer, Joy. I'll try not to run this time, I promise. Oh, I just have the Touch and Sew song etched in my head. All right. I still have not decided what coat I'm going to put out a zipper on. Good grief. I do have content for days and days. They aren't wall hangers, they're junk you nailed to the wall. But that's the original thing of what wall hangers were. There's like, oh, that old hooter doesn't work anymore. Put it on the wall. That's literally where wall hangers came from. Like, oh, doesn't work anymore. It's decoration now. Oh, the touch bobbing right away. I have that song just stuck in my head. Oh man. It's such a mess in here. We're going to take a quick commercial break to clean up a little bit in here. Because it is just this tornado sewing went off in this room. Look how distinguished the eagle looks with a hat now. He doesn't even look threatening now. He just looks like he wants to sweep your chimney. Oh man. It's nothing but like serger parts in here. Oh. Today was actually extremely productive, though, because we found out the truth. And that's worth more to me than anything else, is finding out than speculating and being like, oh, I have this, and this works, and this. Nope. They look pretty. The white still has potential, though, so I'm not going to give up on that. And my serger book is definitely big serger propaganda. Okay, we'll put this one. Actually, we'll put it right back where it was, because there is no space. All right, let me grab my phone. It would take 50 lifetimes to organize all your fabric. He looks like an evil Abe and he wants to take over America. I don't know why you guys think the eagle has nefarious intentions. That's Iron Eagle. Have you guys ever seen the movie Iron Eagle? He's flying ships with Louis Gossip Jr. trying to save America. Oh man. Oh man, you know it's late if I'm talking about Iron Eagle. I think I want to make that serger naked too and just have like the evolution of sergers, because eventually I am going to buy a brand new serger. And that'll be literally like the 4th or 5th serger I have in this room. And if you're having a drinking game on every time I say serger, please don't. I'm just trying to get all the hazards out of here from when I'm walking around in the middle of the night. I randomly walk out here. Who am I kidding? I don't sleep. Right. I do have my stacks of sewing books over here. Oh. I would like to know, does anybody remember the wonderful, sensational world of sachets? I know sachets were extremely 1980s and you can smell the potpourri, but I love my sachet book. But I'm not necessarily a potpourri guy, so I just sit and dream. Oops, too late on that old drinking game. Oh, you'd be slobbered. You would be slobber knockered if you drank every time I said the word surger. I am not liable for that. You'd be in the hospital because I repeat myself. Oh man. You know, this brother had so much potential. Let's see if it has a, but I would never buy this particular surger. If you see it run, this was the one that just didn't end well. It just did not end well. Good night, all. Have time to go. Have a great night, Pam. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll be back at it on Wednesday. I'm going to start working with my star material because I'm determined to make something out of that. So I will be back at it on Wednesday. Oh, and before you leave, I want to thank you because you inspired me to just pull my serger out and start working with it again. So thank you. And I can't believe I showed off the naked serger. I forgot I had this. The so-called drinking game would be an express ticket to the hospital. Oh my gosh, yeah, it would. It definitely would. Bye, Pam. Take care. Thank you so much for stopping by, Pam. Really, I move everything around so I don't end up kicking something because these things are unforgivable when you're walking and not paying attention. Beautiful. All right, so I don't know if I should go grab my coat or not. I probably will. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna go grab a coat and keep wolfing. So give me a quick second. Oh man. I fell into next time I do that, I need to tie a rope around my foot. I fell into my closet. Yay. Yay. I forgot I had this green guy. I am definitely gonna add a button on this. I loved this coat. I did not finish it, but I was so proud of myself because this was the first time that I successfully had side pockets. Oh, I forgot about that. My closet is the gift that keeps on giving. Glad you found your way out. I need to tie a rope on my foot next time. I went looking for my red coat. I love that thing. I am going to add pockets to it. Yay! Joy, I'm back too. Took me a second. I got lost in my closet. Hey, kids, let me tell you, it's okay if you get lost in the closet, but it's even better when you find your way out. That's just a PSA from the House of Sewing. Godless Sewing at my so-called life channel. All right, let me get my lucky stool because I am so tall that I need an extender. Actually, I'm gonna sit down for a second. I've seen you get clobbered. I have seen you get clobbered in the closet. Do you know what's funny? That was the day that I discovered how heavy bagpipes really were. My bagpipe literally conked me on the head. And I had a good mark on my skull for a while for that. Be careful, kids. Bagpipes are dangerous. Not only will they have your neighbors judging you, but they'll also conk you on the head if they're swung wrong. I've seen you get clobbered. That hurt. That legitimately hurt that day. When I got hit in the head, that legitimately hurt that day. But I've learned just to not react. All right. I just needed a quick coffee break myself. Been going at it for 3 hours and 12 minutes. I'm glad I got to express my utter and complete contempt for sergers with everybody, though. And somewhat resembles an old medieval weapon, the mace. Oh, that pink flamenco material that I got. I kept the price tag. I'm so proud. I got 4 yards for $3.60 USD. I was so proud. I still have a ton more of that material too. So I will be cruising the oopsie aisle at Walmart now to see if they have any more oopsies. And the funny thing is, there was one time I got an oopsie and it didn't scan. So it kind of discouraged me. I was so excited when I found that, Joy. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And it was wrapped like it was like poorly wrapped, so it was huge. When I first got it, because 4 yards wrapped in a ball is quite a ball. Really nice prices. That's the one thing about Walmart. Unfortunately, is that they mark their prices down so low you can't compete with that. I would have paid more downtown for the same fabric, you know. That's the one thing about Walmart. They have the ability to have low prices because they buy massive amounts of things. So it drives the market down. And so they're able to say, "Oh, you can pay $3.60 for 4 yards because we have just miles and miles of it." They're actually famous for that. And now that's one of the reasons I cruise Walmart in the first place, is because I know they're kind of heartless and ruthless, but they have cheaper prices than everybody else. Even at Joann's, I'll compare a price at Joann's, and I'll go to Walmart to see if they have the same fabric. And for the permanent record, Walmart was charging $7 for a material they were charging $50 for downtown and at Joann's. And it was only Walmart and Hobby Lobby of all places on earth that had this fabric that was affordable as far as the fuzzy material goes. And I find that really interesting that they wanted $50 downtown for the same stuff I paid $7 for. And they wanted almost $75 for the same stuff I paid $12 a yard for. Or like 11. It was something affordable compared to what I was going to have to pay downtown. So there's definitely a big difference. All right. So here comes the great zipper debate. All right. So this jacket, as you can see behind me, is green. It is Kermit the Frog green. Oh, that was weird. And so I'm going to go with the black zipper. But let's see. I have 20-inch heavy duty, another 20-inch, another 20. Looks like we're going, and an 18-inch. So I have an 18-inch and a 20-inch. What should I use? Looks like I need to re-up on my zippers. And yes, like I said last time, I am the crazy guy who buys the entire aisle at Walmart. I'm the reason why they have no zippers at Walmart. But I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the 20-inch zipper. So I'll put this mess back. $20 black regular. Save the heavy duty for a really heavy coat. Good to know. Good to know. I have quite a few of these zippers. Let me move everything around a little bit in here. Perfect. All right, I'm going to grab my stool. No, he could all. Oh, Kilroy, you know me. Kilroy knows me. No, he could always use an excuse to buy another zipper, land a bunch of stuff and a bunch of other stuff. I do use it as an excuse. That's why I tell myself, like, do you really need to go to downtown, dude? Or do you just do it because you can? All right, is it that one? Perfect. All right, let me grab my stool. I've been threatening that for a minute now. Perfect. This room is slowly being rearranged. But so far, I like what my sewing room is morphing into. I just need enough room where I could get my my 6-foot table in here, and I'm good. Because that is the one table that I cut everything with. I was about to go up on the stool without the zipper. That would have been funny. All right. Perfect. Have a great night, Alibaba. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be back at it on Wednesday. Same cat time, same cat channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Your expertise is needed here at My So-Called Life. All right. Beautiful. I'm getting a little bit more efficient at setting zippers. Perfect. This coat was the first time that I actually tried side pocket. Like I actually tried and I came out with beautiful side pockets. I'm actually extremely proud of this coat. I went outside the box. I went outside my own expertise and I taught myself a new skill. And so this coat is actually kind of special to me because I challenged myself and I came out with something beautiful. And it's a funky color. Have a great night. Have a great night, Alibaba. Have a great night. All right. But this coat definitely, I proved to myself that all you have to do is actually like think about it and you could do anything, you know? And the funny thing is, I see a mistake or two, but that's still okay. Actually, no, that just needs to be, that's just frayed. That's not even a mistake. I have a damning eye, even on my old coats, but this is perfect. Beautiful. The initial pin, when you're connecting the other side to a zipper, the initial pin is always important. You know what? I gotta get a better hanger for this. The hanger is obviously warped, so I'm just gonna get a better one. Perfect. Perfect. Oh. Why, hello.
Hello. How's everybody doing tonight?
All right, I'm gonna sit down again now that you're here. I've been yammering for 3 hours and a half.
I see you're putting a zipper on.
This coat was actually an accomplishment. It was the first time I put all 4 pockets and side pockets on a trench coat.
Nice.
So it was definitely something that you know, every time I go in the closet, I'm like, oh yeah, I made that. Oh yeah, I made that.
You must get a lot of sense of accomplishment.
Well, honestly, sometimes I'm like, I need to take a break. I sew at an unreal pace. A year or something ago, Butterfly was like, dude, you sew like at an unreal pace. And it didn't dawn on me that not everybody makes 3 to 4 pieces a week.
Very true. Very true.
Non-commissioned.
It's a wonder you've got as much room in your closet as you do.
Spatial perception, I really don't. That room is a lot bigger than what it actually appears to be. If you think about it, I have a 7-foot long clothing rack in there. And I can walk in front of it too. So that room's semi-huge as well. How did the day treat you today?
All right. My mom had a rough day. She had last year she fell off a bed and broke her arm. It was weird. She went like she weirdly lost her balance or something, and so she fell off the bed and went careening across the room and tried to bust through the wall like the Kool-Aid man, only she's not the Kool-Aid man, and she broke her arm. And so she went to see a special person who was supposed to fix it. And when she got there, they told her, "Oh, sorry, he's retiring on Thursday." So,
oh wow, wow.
My mom's like, "I drove all the way out there for nothing."
They're treating this guy like a retiring cop or what? They're gonna give him a movie like in Lethal Weapon, like I'm retiring. Get out of here. I feel like if you were like in jobs like that, if you're retiring, you should have a replacement there immediately.
Yeah, or a referral, or give more than like 3 days notice. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's got something going on in his life. I don't know, but my mom was a little annoyed that she drove all the way out there for nothing.
I would be as well. Oh man, I was rocking out before the stream started.
Oh wow, what were you playing?
Oh, I went, the normal. I went from like Bobby to Janet. And then come on, Eileen. The my playlist is so eclectic it makes me laugh. I go from like literally King Diamond to Boy George to Slayer to like it's my playlist is out of control. So did you see any of the Surger saga?
I did. I came on a few minutes before I told you that I heard you threatening to succumb to the temptation of the gray singer.
Well, yeah, it was all temptation because here's my dilemma. I'm so glad I recently watched a video about how crummy the Walmart and Target surgers are. And that's basically the only ones I see. So I'm probably gonna have to Amazon one. But I'm having problems with Amazon, so I'm gonna go to my boss and have her do it in her name. See if it'll come faster.
I think part of the problem is, they're precision machines, and if you want something that is, like maybe it's a different kind of quality control, or different parts, or different level of precision, and different quality and like weight of the parts, all of these layers just add up.
So if I tell you that you're roboting, are you gonna hop out?
Yes, I'll be right back.
But you know what though, tonight has been extremely informative. I now know what I need to do as far as surgers, as far as the direction in which I want to go. So I'm okay with it, everything that's transpired. And yes, you look great.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm okay with everything that's transpired tonight.
Oh, right.
I spent an hour and a half on a serger that it's just the bottom stitches are not catching.
Oh.
And like you said, it goes from precision to junk real quick.
Do you just need to adjust how something is mounted underneath so that your bobbin race or whatever goes at a slightly earlier time or what have you, later time, whatever is going on?
That's a really good suggestion. I might have to actually do that. I'm looking for the serger video where I hucked it in the garbage because I need that more for myself. Because I'm so frustrated. Like, I am just over. Where's the serger struck back? Here we go. Is that it? Yeah, my so-called life is sponsored by... I tried again. Okay. So I think this is actually really funny. Since we're heading towards the end of the night, I'm doing a clip show at this point because I'm so frustrated with what happened with my other one.
Oh.
I miss that guy. Look how carefree that guy was. Did it even stick it together? Oh, wow. Okay.
What's that in the background?
One more. Come on. Make sure all the numbers are lined up. Good times. Yeah, you look like you're thrown off a little bit. We'll give you some help. All right. And it's a complete mess. You know what? Instead of getting angry and instead of freaking out, I think I have a place for this serger to go.
Oh, look, back when you had water in your fountain. Don't forget to take the thread off.
Oh no, I left it right there. I was done. We broke up that day. This was this was 2 years ago because I had water running in my backyard. We broke up that day. I was done. Like, and now I'm remembering why. So it is. Now I remember why. It took me. I had to remind myself of like, why do I have so much beef with my serger? Now I remember why. We haven't been friends for. I know. Joy was like, you need to be nicer to your serger. I know. I forgot about that. That was 2 years ago. I'm sorry. That was a year ago. But when it says a year ago, it's like a year and change. It's guessing, like that video feels like a year and 9 months ago to me. I'm so glad you're still here, Joy. I'm so glad you saw that. That Serger and I, we go back like peas and carrots. I showed them the one earlier from 2 years ago when I first got it, when I was this plucky young YouTuber still like, oh, look at this Serger. Look how much it doesn't work. A year later, I'm putting it up as a fountain piece. I miss my peaceful backyard, but we can't have water like that anymore.
Could you just fill the bottom and put an aerator in it? Like a little bubbler so it doesn't get stagnant, but then it wouldn't what I'm trying to say is if it's not coming out of the top and spritzing out and everything, then it wouldn't evaporate quite so quickly, and maybe you can have some water in the bottom.
I had it like that until the animals started coming around, and I thought I thought I was gonna hurt the animals putting bleach in the water because they were drinking out of it. All of them, the skunks, the I'd see the raccoon because I'd keep it on at night too because it has lights on it, and it's beautiful at night.
Well, I was thinking more if you put a little aerator so that it doesn't get stagnant. You maybe wouldn't have to put bleach, maybe.
Well, it has the aerator, the pump, and everything. But the problem is the water, it gets gamey no matter what. You have to have a treatment of some sort. At that point, it's like a pool, or you're just making a mosquito hatchery. Put a glass dome over your house like this Simpsons. Do you know what's so funny? I know this is gonna be controversial, but I liked that movie. I loved that movie. People were so bitter when that came out. I loved the Simpsons movie. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I have it somewhere in here. I'm glad you're still here, Kilroy.
So who is here tonight?
We've been going strong. No, I said the word searcher 700 times. I would have clicked off. I'm so glad that people are still here. Oh man. I do need to put a glass dome over my house. Do you know what's so sad? If I was to move, I would want to take the fountain with me, but I know I can't.
Oh.
There's some blood, sweat, and tears in that fountain. My youth is in that fountain somewhere. I built that. And the other one where I put the serger up, I built that one too.
Nice. Maybe you can think of something else creative that you can clean out without having to chemicalize.
That's one of the reasons. And my neighbors started telling on each other for water use. And I am the definition of a water waster. I have a fountain and I live in a place where there's a drought. You know, like that's a luxury that most people do not have. And I would fall asleep back there. I'd read books. Like I would pass out at the sound of my fountain. I miss that. Even like there's one time I asked that weird neighbor, I was like, hey, does my fountain bother you? He's like, no, don't ever turn it off. Do you need help with the electricity? Do not ever turn it off. It's so peaceful. Especially on a hot day. It's good just to sit there. File fake reports on your nosy knee. I was thinking about doing that. We had this thing where we were trying to find out who the water rat was because somebody was telling. First off, someone was calling the city. We don't live in a home. I do not live in a place that has a homeowners association. So if you act like that, I'm gonna tell you to kick rocks. I'm gonna tell you goodbye, kick rocks. And someone has been telling on the neighbors who leave their trash cans out. They go around the neighborhood driving around, and the city will come and tell you to bring your trash cans in. They won't mess with me because I walk out there like, do we have a problem? They're like, no, sir, we do not. But I don't leave my cans out. I have security cameras once, you know, and I'm home when the trash is picked up.
What do they consider leaving them out? Are we talking hours, days?
The next day.
And
some people on the weekend, some people have 48-hour shifts. I'm not here to guess anyone's life.
Yeah.
I know someone who drives to Vegas. They're an entertainer. They drive to Vegas every 3 days. You know what I'm saying? They could care less if their trash is picked. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the water waster thing is the one that starts fights, though. When people started ratting on each other, it was so strange to me. And it was weird because then I started watering my grass in the middle of the night because I was like, oh, I know no one's awake. It's 3 a.m. I know none of y'all are awake. But even, excuse me, like with my grapes, somebody told the California State of Agriculture that I grow food in my backyard. They've been coming to my house begging me to spray in my backyard. Someone told on me.
But aren't they like sending out all this material about grow food, community gardens, good for the environment, blah, blah, blah?
There's a particular gnat fly, which is kind of a mosquito that they're trying to combat. I understand. But what happens is every time they spray, it brings them in the house. So like, no, you cannot. And they're like, they think they're so official. They're okay. For anyone who doesn't know, like, I work third shift sometimes, and so I'm asleep at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, 10, for a reason because I've already been to work, and I've just got home. And my whole point is, if you come banging on my door, I have glass on my door, but because I'm 5'9", I can walk perfectly where my door is. You can't see me because I'm just short enough where you can't see me under the glass. I look at the people and they're banging like the cops. I'm like, you guys are crazy. I go right back to sleep.
Mm.
You know, they're dying to get in my backyard.
I have a suggestion. You could get some bats.
We have bats in the neighborhood. We do, and it's really cool. It's really cool though. At sunset, if you look, if you look west, you can see them.
Wow.
It's really weird, and they fight under the street lights. Bats are crazy.
You could put a bat house in your yard so that they're there, and you can tell the people, no, I don't have any bugs. I have bats.
But then I don't want I don't think Odin would stand for that. She's a bird. She's the reason why there's no more birds in my backyard.
Mm.
I have bird feeders. The birds are giving me the beak. Like, get out of here, guy. You got a cat now. Get out of here.
You know, for some people, Halloween is year round.
I struggle with that because I dress kind of gothic anyways. I struggle with that. I am one of those Halloween year-round people, and I clown those people where they're like, "Oh, Halloween is my holiday." I don't announce it, but I am kind of like one of those people. No, because like 3 weeks ago, I came on stream and I was like, "I'm over Halloween already," and it hadn't even started yet. You know, it's because people treat it like a holiday. They truly treat it like a holiday. Is Halloween a holiday? Let's discuss.
I mean, I suppose it depends on one's religion.
True. Well, Dios de Muertos is the first and the second, depending on what side of the globe you're on, and that's in November, and that's a whole other thing than Halloween.
Well, pagans celebrate Halloween.
True.
But
Joy went to a pagan wedding. I will never get over that. I think that's so awesome. Because Joy was like, it was weird. I loved that. That made me laugh so hard that day when Joy said that. All right. Do you know, I was thinking about doing something really obnoxious and bringing out my Christmas stuff and just foregoing like having a Christmas Thanksgiving.
I like Thanksgiving a lot, though. I'm more of a Thanksgiving person than a Halloween person. I mean, okay, I like that's a sort of goth vibe for year round, but I'm not a like horror spooky person.
I'm laughing at Joy's comment because I've like, you meet people who think you're way more open-minded than you are, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Like the first time I went to a leather convention, I felt out of place because everybody was so happy to be there. And I'm like, I'm wearing leather. I pulled my hat down. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. So I get it. I get it.
I noticed you said the first time you went, though.
Oh, I gave it the college try. I came back. Sweaty like Britney Spears, but I came back. I've been waiting all night to say that line. And I still have not unsubscribed to Britney Spears. Her Instagram is educational at this point. Oh, man. You know what's funny? I'm laughing, but I truly feel like I'm about to pull my coccyx. Should I do my Olympic stretch? And no matter how much Waternay knows, I'm limber, and that's just from observation. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Spread spreading rumors about me.
But like I no matter how much I stretch, I'm in pain. I'll do my maneuver right now. Oh, I'm in pain. It's my coccyx though, because I pulled it before, so now I know what's coming.
Mm,
Oh,
well, I would avoid that because we know what the solution is for that.
oh, ouch. You gotta take me out to dinner before all that happens. Oh. You're not laughing, I was kidding. Do I have to give my disclaimer again or what? Oh my god. Oh, I'm in pain though. I think, how can you tell yourself not to sleep like a goof? I sleep like a goof. Like, how do you tell yourself, like, hey, don't roll around like a crazy person?
Well, I think you need to get one of those body pillows to prevent you from rolling onto that side.
That's why I asked. That's why I asked if it would be crazy if I made a body pillow on stream. It's medicinal. It's not weird.
It's medicinal to save you from the worst medicines of the medical probe.
You know what I did last time I pulled my coccyx? I just I waited it out. I said, you are not, no Roswell Grays over here. Put a huge turkey in the yard and keep it until. That's a good suggestion. That's for the adult website, Godless. Agreed. Oh, man. But last time I pulled my coccyx last December and I was on a cane.
Mm,
I was on a cane.
yeah. I had messed up my tailbone before, and so when I really messed it up by falling off that chair, I went with the unpleasant but faster route. It was as awful as it sounds, but the pain relief made it worth it.
I'm good. I'll walk around. I've got a wheelchair too. I've got a wheelchair.
Yeah, but it hurts to sit in it.
And a buff 14-year-old kid who works out every day now.
But it'll hurt to sit in the wheelchair.
Hands is getting buff, so he can push me around. I've been threatening that to him for years, anyways. Do you know what's so funny? Like, I laugh, but I don't think people realize when I said, oh, I have all these coats to put zippers on. I could pull one out every week. For the rest of the year, I have so many coats that need zippers on.
You can mix it up. You can have like invisible zippers. You can have visible zippers, contrasting zippers.
I put buttons on quite a few.
Buttons, snaps.
All right, let me go get my thread and see if I can match the thread. If not, I'm just going to go black. Because I'm making the executive decision right now. If I can't find that obnoxious lime green, I'm just going to go black. Oh, it actually might be right here.
What's the lining of that coat?
Of this particular one is just the same old black material I always use for lining. Nothing too fancy. Depending on the coat, I would use something really fancy inside, but after a while I just started using black because I have a problem of like I said this earlier, I fall in love with my lining. If I do go to downtown this week, it's going to be strictly to buy lining. Like, I need to buy stuff I don't like so I can use it as lining, or something durable that I can use, because I fall in love and I end up keeping it.
You could do black on the lining side and then white or gray on the outside if you can't find your lime green.
That is true, but I have a ton of thread in here. I just need to get off my duff. I'm gonna pull my coccyx, and you're gonna watch me cry on stream.
Oh,
Oh,
I would be all sympathy having done it before.
It was the last time it happened, it was more shock because I was literally standing where the eagle was and I coughed and I felt this shoop at the very bottom and I went like this because I felt like someone pushed me but I was in the room alone. And I like couldn't walk for a minute because I pulled my tailbone.
So were you assaulted by the ghost of a what's the word
No,
abusive
I
prostate
smoke too much.
doctor?
No, I smoke too much. I eat pastrami and I eat cheeseburgers and pastrami and cheeseburgers. And I'm extremely unhealthy American, is what it is. And I pulled my coccyx. Do you know we have a saying of like, oh, that guy must have health insurance. When we see people fighting, like when I used to be on job sites, when we see people fighting, we'd always be like, oh man, that guy has health insurance because they're about to get in a fight. Like, if I didn't have health insurance, I'd be like, nope, you're the bigger guy. I'm walking away. Like, no way. But if it wasn't for my health insurance, I wouldn't even have known I pulled my coccyx. Because I was like, why can't I move? As I waddled into the... I learned a lesson that day. I learned a painful lesson that day. You really can call me old man godless. But it's from my... I need to change my ways. I eat the American diet. I do. And so I need, and there's a lot of unhealthy things that come from that. So I got to chill out. And I pulled my coccyx. And also I sleep like a trapeze artist. And that does not help my spine and my back. Okay, this is the frustrating thing because I had that grain somewhere. I had it out somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, yeah, I'm going to pull my coccyx soon. Oh. Do you know what's really funny? Have you ever like walked past something every day and then when you go looking for it, it's not there? That is this thread.
When you know you've seen it.
Oh man. We're coming up on 4 hours. I might save the coat until Wednesday. Because we're coming up on 4 hours.
That'll give you time to find the thread.
Oh, you mean actually do it the proper way? You're in the house.
Only if you run off.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Today has been an adventure, though. I feel like, I feel like I should start coming out like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I could start off with a coat and then hang my coat up and put a vest on. Mr. Sewing's neighborhood. If I do change my name, it would be like Mr. Sewing because I like sewing because it's almost like my last name. So the S fits. The S fits. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's make us smock and be misunderstood. No, I'm trying to change it up a little bit. Like I saw my friend, I won't say his name, in Chicago. It broke my heart, but I understood where he was coming from. But sometimes you can't just do the same thing over and over and expect results. You have to change it up. That's life. Life, waits for no one, as the cliche says, So I'm not different. I don't claim to be perfect or better than anyone else. I'm just like everyone else, so oh my gosh. But excuse me. Yeah, today has been an absolute mess. But I went to Surgery University and flunked. I got to finish my flamenco shirt, which I'm in love with that shirt. I am
Oh.
in love with my flamenco shirt. So, and I learned a lot about that pattern. And so I'll definitely be able to make the arms longer, add and take away a few things on that pattern, you know. Do you have anything you'd like to shill before I say goodbye and sing happy
Uh,
trails?
excuse me. No, nothing tonight. I'm just trying to stay awake.
I know the feeling. I want to thank everybody who's made it this far and sincerely thank you. Um it's going to take me a while to get used to the name change, but my so-called life thanks you for tuning in. I'll be back next week. Same cat time, same cat channel doing next week. I'll be back on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. I need to perfect my new outro. But on behalf of everyone here in the House of Sewing on the My So-Called Life channel, I want to thank everyone. I'll be back at it on Wednesday. I'm gonna probably I'm thinking about making an entire star jumpsuit to bring it back to 1991. And Waternade doesn't know it, but I have enough fabric for both of us. We're gonna go full 1992, like those obnoxious people you see at Disneyland and Magic Mountain wearing matching outfits. All right, so I want to thank everybody who's made it this far, and like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye. See ya. See you on Wednesday.